Definitely.
Because we don't have horses, do we?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, so
Just stepping.
we're just hot footing it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Oh my god. Ow.
Okay, let's go. I started the stream. We're otherwise
Okay.
I'm not recording this shit.
Fair enough.
Probably shouldn't
Yeah.
have to record it anyway. Just a small roleplay day.
I'm going to record shit in case.
Just
Okay.
just as a happy memories.
For
And so I
funsies.
talk about sad
If
backstories.
I
that would be sad.
If I
memories.
recorded fucking drunk rollies for Cyberpunk, I'm gonna record whatever the fuck's about to
Fair enough.
happen here.
Fair enough.
Whatever is about to happen. It's gonna be good. Okay. So like I imagine we all just sitting by campfire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dusk settling in. What?
Who? I mean, Alter would just sit there in the silence. So, who talks first? Do I talk first? Do you talk first? He looks at Isul.
Isul looks at him and just gets this like expression on her face. You talk all the time, brother.
Fuck off. No, I don't.
I think
I'm
I'm second
charming.
only to Dia in this group as far as how much you talk. That's only by a very slim margin.
He wants to be more indignant, but he whispers whisper shouts. How dare you? So, speaking of Dia, how are you? And I mean that in the sense of how do you exist? Because I don't understand your existence.
Well, I exist the same as you do.
That's not. What? Why are you a magic?
A sentient, independent carbuncle.
That.
Mm-hmm. I second the
Are
question.
you technically a carbuncle, or are you just carbuncle shaped? You could be a ferret. That's short and kind of tall.
I am no ferret. I am a
no.
carbuncle, and I mean, of course we're sent. This is normal.
Okay, well, if you're sentient, how is it that you're able to talk to us?
Why don't other carbuncles talk? Are they just rude?
Are
I'm
we
willing to
really
believe that.
going over this conversation again?
Yes, because I don't remember the last one.
Yeah, we're not. I guess we just have more questions on how you are able to talk without any magical assistance, at least that we're aware of. Not if carbuncles are sentient or not, because I think we learned that last time. I think we're more so curious on how you're able to freely speak to us.
Yes, that's why I specified. How are you existing? I don't understand how. It's never happened to other carbuncles, as far as I'm aware.
Well, I mean, everyone has the ability to learn to read and write. Just take some time, that's all.
I want to disagree with you. Turns to Eastwall. Don't say anything. Turns to Silvers. Don't say anything. Turns back to Dia. I want to disagree with you, but I mean, when you say anyone, do you mean anyone I don't know, kind of upright? Or do you could a dog learn to talk? Or read? It would just take an excessive amount of time?
Dia nods.
Is that true? Looks at the rest of the group that doesn't sound true.
Shrug?
Isul just kind of narrows her eyes slightly and shakes her head.
Kit, would you know anything about this?
Kit has got her bag of stuff out that she had bought and is not just listening and just nodding like she's not really paying attention, but she just nods. She's busy doing her little thing over here.
Can we see what she's doing?
Probably. I mean, if we're all sitting at the fire. It looks like she's trying to teach herself how to knit.
Both of the Alter's gonna get up and walk over, and gently, like, grab Kit by the bicep on each side from behind, and he's going to try to guide her to the fire, just like, at least do your thing sitting in the circle.
I can see in the dark, though. I don't have any issues. What are you talking? It's fine.
It's not about seeing in the dark, it's about, I don't know, team bonding. That's what Dia would say.
Oh, well, I'm having to be forced to be around the fire. You do too.
Well,
This is
I'm
also true.
totally bonding. See, look at me bond.
Mm-hmm.
Here I go. Bond.
So the question posed to you was, and he turns you a little bit towards Silverus.
Kit, I had asked you if you knew anything about what Dia has said. Basically, he had said that any creature, given enough time, can learn to read and write and speak. And I asked if you knew anything about that. And you nodded.
Absolutely no idea. You're asking the wrong person. It literally came out of a cave a couple of weeks ago.
Well,
Don't you know a lot of things or read a lot of things?
I mean,
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to, but I don't think I've gotten to the book of teaching a dog to read yet.
well, I just thought I would ask.
I mean, it's probably possible. I mean, it's a lot of crazy things going on so far. Dog breeding is the least crazy thing I think that I've seen so far.
The only way that something like that would be able to happen is if magic was involved.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I asked you.
Yes, it would be the least crazy thing, but it would be the least crazy thing because that's the least odd way that magic got involved.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they can learn to read pretty easily. They learn commands. If you just held up a word and they memorized that word meant a certain thing, they probably could do something. It's like if you held up the word sit, after teaching them that was sit, they would just look at that word and recognize it as sit, and then they would probably sit. It doesn't
you-
seem that hard.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm being totally. I do believe a dog could recognize the word sit and realize it means to sit.
Insight check. No fucking way. You
Squints
can't
at
actually be humoring me through all of this. Or humoring us through all of this. There's no fucking way. Oh wow, my insight sucks.
That's rough.
She is. You get what you get, but it doesn't seem like she's trying to bullshit you.
Yeah, it's like, I think I understand where she's coming from, but we posed this question. I don't think you were listening because you were preoccupied, but because we had asked Dia on how he is able to speak with us freely without any obvious aid of magic.
Walter's gonna
Whoa.
return to his seat, by the way, and stop, like handling you.
She still knits while you're doing it, though. Like she doesn't quit. So
Well,
you wanting to know why Dia, and not who Dia?
Sort of.
Well,
Yeah, could it, was Dia just a 1 in a million, or is Dia something that would happen eventually to all of the carbuncles, or is Dia not really a carbuncle and just kind of shaped like one? I'm
Yeah.
starting to believe that Dia might actually be just a robot of some kind, an automaton.
Well, I will pose this back to you as why, if your past does not matter and you shouldn't be focused on it, would be why of Dia. Why does that matter?
Considering the fact that we
It's-
keep running into places where he just gets sick and lays down, understanding the why is useful in the moment.
I mean, that is true. And then there's also the whole like, nobody can get the read on me, and Dia is in that same boat. So, you know,
Is there something to read on you?
I mean,
Or something to get a read from you on?
the coffee dude couldn't get the read on me when he could like figure out everybody else is like, oh, you don't like this coffee. This is for you.
To be
Here,
fair,
have this random thing, girl, because I can't figure you out.
aren't you and all of us trying to help you figure things out, though?
Yes, but I think that would matter. But you always told me that your past shouldn't matter. If you had the chance to, you know, start a clean slate, you would take it, right?
Mm,
I think we were saying that more along the lines of don't let it dictate everything for you. Not that it
That's
doesn't completely matter.
because it does matter.
I'm just curious about why Dia can talk. Like, I don't really
I'm
care
curious
if Dia
as to
murdered somebody.
Why
and,
he
like,
exists
hid the
without a
body.
master. Because
When you live as long as I do, this is the least of things that is surprising.
so then how old
Yeah.
are you?
Yes, yes, that.
Hmm.
Do you know?
Dia
If it's-
pauses for a second and puts a paw on his face in a hard thinking pose. Carry the one. Have the two. My son. 300?
300 in dog years or 300 in our years?
300 in carbuncle years? Are those different?
I am offended.
Okay, but you can be offended and give me the correct metric. Like, what is the how many
In the
years?
average human years.
You said 300. Is that right?
Give or take. Yes.
Huh.
And have you existed that entire time? Because as far as I'm aware, the carbuncles just kind of pop in and out of existence with magic.
I assume they come from eggs.
Well, I've never seen a carbuncle egg.
This is true.
One sec. Confirming with the
For relay
Piper, help.
What?
I have no wish to rob Iris of her role. I've done it.
We can't hear you, by the way.
Hello?
Nope.
Nope.
Hello?
Nope. No.
I love that we just know vaguely that Piper is speaking through Iris's mic, but we cannot hear the
Mhm.
specifics.
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
goes green, and I was like,
It's like, yes,
There is saying words.
we understand that tone of voice. That means something to us.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I am mildly amused when fucking Silver Cecil and Alter all like grab onto a topic, and all three of them are just like, mm-mm. We're
We
not letting
gotta
this
get
go.
to the bot.
Weird.
We gotta know something about this.
We are alone out here. We have the leisure of being able to interrogate Dia about his just vague gestures wildly at him. So, I want to know. Cause look, and he just again gestures wildly at him. Never seen anything like it before.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't remember if I did.
Well, hopefully looking
You
into
wouldn't
things.
now, though. right?
Well,
Like,
What?
Kit, you're not like actively still losing memories, are you?
No, just it's like cave on. I remember,
But
like
that also
not
means
the
that
whole cave, just cave waking up on. Remember.
she would have probably seen like one or two other carbuncles, which are very much not Dia carbuncle.
mhm.
But
I
she's
live in a city
also
of
seen
adventures,
the magical carbuncles that Dia has made.
so she knows that they're
Oh.
different,
But I also
Yeah.
seen talking ones that Dia has.
which would be
Mhm.
different than any other carbuncles that any other person has and
True.
interacts with.
They're just two separate types of carbuncles: the talking ones and the non-talking.
Though Dia is the only talking carbuncle. The only one
But-
the only one that talked beforehand is because an NPC casted tongues on it.
Does it that one that gave everybody lip? Doesn't that one talk? The sassy one that I think it was
That
green.
was the one that Helen casted tongues on.
Oh,
Hey, we hear
Mhm.
Piper again.
Other than, yeah. Hello, Piper. Welcome back.
So,
Thank you.
If anything, I think it's an capability for you all to understand us.
So they're just two
What?
different species of carbuncle then.
so you're actually a carbuncle.
Yes.
Tangent. Has anybody ever like dissected a carbuncle, or when they die, do they just poof?
what?
What?
Why would you even ask that? That's horrible.
Well, it's like I don't know. That's science, isn't it?
That's how we
Yeah,
learned
I
about our own
suppose.
bodies, is having them dissected after people died.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
not like
seems-
I'm suggesting we kill a carbuncle. I'm saying if there has ever been a carbuncle that's died in the line of duty, and somebody is like, well,
Oh,
Technically.
you know, why not? And then they just crack it open, unless it poops.
Technically?
Technically, my
saying?
kid and I are made of aether. So, yes, we would poof. That's why when I summon my family, they come and go. They don't leave any trace.
How, Dia, were you summoned in the first place? Or were you just always out and about? Do you know?
Dia puts a paw to his face again and is thinking very hard on this. And he kind of shakes his head a bit and is like, well, I don't really remember, to be honest. I've just always been me, as
Always
far as I
been
can
you.
remember.
What is one of the first things you remember? Like, do you remember being I don't know, a baby carbuncle, and you were like really small?
Oh, that baby carbuncle?
I assume that it has to grow up, but that's a good point. Do you grow up?
Or were you just always fully grown?
I don't believe I've changed in size.
So you
I
just
don't think.
be summoned forth from there, fully formed as an adult, and continue on? Do you actually die if you poof?
What would happen if they? I don't know what would happen if they didn't die.
Well,
Well, I mean, the carbuncles that we see other people summon, they just summon and then they sometimes die and then they seem to be summoned again the next day.
This is a good point.
though, I guess the worrying thing is that if Dia were to, I guess, poof, we wouldn't be able to summon him again. So he'd just be like if any of us died. That's a
For once,
what?
he is quiet.
So note to self, Dia is not resummonable.
And
on
that's
your-
again, if he was actually summoned in the first place, because he has not answered that question.
Mm.
He
must
has not
have been
answered
summoned.
most of the questions we have given him.
Were you summoned from an egg?
I was not summoned from an egg.
Insight check. I'm kidding.
The farthest memories I have are back at the academy. The Arcanist Academy. The Scholars Academy.
The academy.
Where is that?
What was that?
Where is the
It's in it.
academy?
Adruska, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's why it's familiar. So you were there?
Nod.
Were there other carbuncles there?
Well, of course.
So
Were they
Jessica
like
just runs
you?
an academy for carbuncles.
No. I can work with other scholars and tacticians and those who seek knowledge.
Wait.
So your family
Did-
works with other people, but you don't? You just
You don't have to.
so you can
What
summon
happens-
yourself.
Did other carbuncle at the academy talk and walk around masterless like you? Or are you the anomaly still? Pause for GM.
No, pause. Like, this is Dia thinking.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably am the only masterless one. At least that I could think of.
So, another question. What happens if, for example, you had a master and he or she or they died? Would you just... Is that what happened? Maybe you had a master there and you got separated and then they died. Oops. And then now you're you.
That wouldn't normally be possible, is the problem, because
We are well out of the realm of normal at this point.
if we. Hang on. I got this. Okay. Technically, with carbuncles are sustained through aether, and aether is we get our aether from whoever has summoned us.
Okay.
I don't have. I don't know why, but I assume those places we have been is lacking ether, meaning reason why I was getting sick. So if a carbuncle loses its master, it should technically disappear.
Unless you are somehow self-sustaining.
You are your own master? That feels like cheating.
In a weird way, Dia seems like he didn't consider this until just now. And he looks a little bothered. Like the rainbow colored sheen he normally has is a little dim.
I mean, if it means anything to you, dear, I'm also masterless. Like, I don't identify with any code or creed or ethic for any sort of thing. It doesn't vibe with who I feel I am. So, it's not all bad. In fact, I think it's mostly good. I would prefer being masterless, or being my own master, which are ostensibly the same thing.
Well,
So, what about your... He is very pointedly avoiding the use of the word children. Your, family. About your family. Do they... well... exist on their own elsewhere? Or do you... I guess, are they the carbuncle tied to you as a typical carbuncle would be tied to someone here? Do you even know? I wouldn't blame you if you didn't.
As far as I know, usually a summoner only summons one carbuncle. I have been summoning different carbuncles each time.
And you're related to them. Somehow.
Not.
Well, it can't be blood because you're made out of ether. So is it just because you're all made out of ether that's all carbuncle are related?
Shrug.
Have a husband or wife, do you?
No.
Oh, thank God.
You just hear a snort from Isul as she's like leaning back and putting her head on Saveth. She's just...
I don't know if you know this, but technically we are genderless beings.
Well, you identify as a man. Or masculine, at least.
Yes. But technically speaking, we are genderless. It's just
Unfortunately,
easier.
we do not have any words for husband or wife that is not gendered as of yet.
Just say,
Yes, partner. You know,
Yes, spouse is
Partner.
also a word.
spouse,
partner.
how about,
Partner doesn't have the legality to it, unfortunately. Yes, spouse would be close.
but you don't have one of
Significant
those.
other.
Also,
You don't
lacks
have a-
legality.
You don't have a person who you know, would lay down in the same bed with and it wouldn't be awkward or weird.
That is not a question I want to know the answer to with the phrasing of it. Thank you.
He turns to Isul and just goes, you know what, you're right. Just strike that comment from the record.
No, fuck. Normally, a carbuncle makes a contract with the summoner.
Does that mean we're married to carbuncles if we summon them?
Is it like adoption?
I think it's more of a transaction. Is it?
It's like a machine gun of questions to Dia that Dia can't answer, and then we just continue talking over Dia about like different conjectures and theories.
Think of it more as a mutual agreement.
Okay. Though I
So
am curious on why is it that the other carbuncles that you summon regard you as their father?
Because I am.
Can
parent
you
is probably a
elaborate?
better choice, or maybe relative. I like relative.
Yes, but if carbuncles are summoned fully grown, I'm a bit. Can you elaborate a bit on why you fit that role and not just a
Like,
relative?
brother,
as
cousin,
officer?
friend, associate.
But any of those, why does father fit better than any of those?
Shrug.
I don't know what I expected.
To be fair, we've gotten more answers out of him in the past 5 minutes than we have
I
in the
mean,
past 3 weeks.
they are technically born from my aether, so
But are they really born?
Yeah, the most
really?
important question is, are you happy?
Another quiet snort from Isol.
Kit asked if he was happy.
Mm.
Well,
Oh, no.
of course I am. I
Like,
have all of
really,
you
though?
around me.
Alter wants to be so annoyed and angry and frustrated because he's like, that is so cheesy and ridiculous. But he just stifles his own like begrudged ugh.
I finally have a clan and clanmates. They call my own, and I'm just so happy to have everyone here.
Well, it's good to hear that you're happy. And so far, the clan is working out. So, I guess, congratulations on running a successful clan for 3 weeks now, dear.
The shipper has brightened up again.
Please don't ask, are you all happy? Please don't ask, are you all happy?
Oh boy, please don't ask. Please don't.
Do it.
Alter awkwardly
Only I had zone of truth.
sips his drink.
You've had days, you could have figured it.
Oh, well then let me look and see if it's one of my things. I might not be that level. Let me
Yeah,
see.
that's true. You're. We're in this like weird time spot where you could have had a long rest and then another long rest after it.
Uh-huh.
So you could theoretically have any spells that you want.
Oh, I do have zone of truth then.
Oh, truth or dare?
Oh,
You see, Kit kind of put down her knitting for just a second.
Oh god.
Boy.
have to stop.
I know things have been difficult these past 3 weeks, but are all of you comfortable?
Zone of truth.
Are all of you comfortable here?
Just cast.
Now I
there
need to go
anything-
read that fucking spell. Damn it, Andy.
Hold on,
Is there anything I can
Hold on.
do to make it easier?
Just for the sake of having the interesting development, I'm going to just say alter fails.
Hold on, I'll put it in the thing too. I can find what I did with it. Where did it go?
Yeah, I'm also going to just say that she fails.
He didn't say happy.
Yeah,
Comfortable.
comfortable.
And
Okay.
is there anything he can do to make things easier?
Everybody is aware that this has happened, though. The affected creature is aware that a spell has been cast.
I also know who fails or who doesn't.
I'd like to choose to fail for our
I'm going to fail too, even though I'm just person who cares.
I have to be the bitch because that's what Isol would be.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to.
This is
I
the
do
text,
because
by the way.
this is if she knows a spell has been cast, that unfortunately affects Isol. Trust issues.
So,
She's probably gonna fail, but
comfortable in the geographical location we're in at time of walking, has it gotten cold outside yet, or is it just kind of like still moderate temperature?
Up to you.
Okay. um.
Either way, there's zone or not zone of truth. Frickin' Liamans.
Oh,
Tiny
that's
hut.
true. We're in the tiny hut, so
We vibin'.
yeah.
We vibin'. Can you repeat the question, please? I'm sorry.
That's just over says.
No, that's me, because a lot of stuff happened and my brain is small. The question slid off the smooth surface of my brain.
Are we comfortable? I believe is the question.
Yeah. Are you
Okay.
comfortable, and is there any way he can make it easier?
You want to go first, Joe?
Nope.
I believe that I am as comfortable as possible in this situation, and I don't think there's anything you can do. Does that answer the question?
If that's how you want to answer it,
No, Silver's answer.
you're not forced to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
zone of truth,
I
you don't
just-
have to answer.
Yeah.
You're not forced to answer. I care.
Well, I'm quite comfortable right now. This is lovely. The atmosphere, the nice little fire. It's not too hot, not too cold. I don't have to put on a cloak or whatever. This is delightful, to be perfectly frank.
Oh, I have to roll for Christmas too, huh? Remember this.
It's a charisma saving throw. I didn't even realize that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll just to see what Alter would get. Okay, so everyone would fail so far.
Well, let me see if Silver should pass. 'Cause- Ba-ba.
Nope.
Yeah, everyone would fail. So, Silver's gave her vague answer.
Are you comfortable? By your own standard.
So a spell was cast.
Mm-hmm. You're well aware that the spell was cast over you, and because of that, you know you can avoid the answer.
Yeah, you don't have to answer.
But
It's
you
not
know
a-
you know that you would be forced to tell the truth if you answer.
He'd tell the truth regardless. It's more of, is he going to say, hey, don't do that? Is what I'm considering. Do we know who cast it? Is that part of it?
Verbal, somatic. It depends. If Kit can like show like subtly cast it.
What am I supposed to roll then to try to subtly do it?
Oh fuck if I know.
Stealth.
Stealth,
You
sleight
do
of
not.
hand.
That is specifically the.
What?
What? You were cutting in and out,
The
Piper.
upsell casting meta magic.
Piper,
Hello?
can you repeat that? You were cutting in and
There's
out.
a
Can you hear
long
me?
delay. But yeah, we can hear you.
Hold up.
Good, like 10-second delay.
Hello? Check, check.
Hello.
There you go.
Short answer.
Just tell Iris. Have Iris translate it to us.
Short answer, you don't.
Hello?
We can hear you right now.
Just tell Iris.
You're finding it funny.
The short answer
Answer
under
is that it is under the purview of Quiet Spell Metamagic from Sorcerer. So technically, you can't roll to hide your casting.
Subtle spell. Yeah.
So you would have heard fucking Kit mutter some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, you know that other than like some very basic magic, Dia would
Yeah.
probably be smart enough to know that the other three of us are shit at magic.
There we go.
I mean, Alter trusts everyone here implicitly to cast spells on him when it is important. So he has no reason to think that they're like, because it doesn't. None of the spells that he's been hit with, it's not like on a game level, on a meta level. I know what he's been hit with, like a haste or a resistance or whatever, but it's just a sensation. So whatever the sensation of Zone of Truth provides, he is just like, oh, okay, this is a magic vibe.
It's not bad, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, and it doesn't force you to say anything you don't want to.
Yeah,
You can
'cause-
skip.
As soon as she felt the magic cast on her, Isul immediately mouth closed, just focusing on Blaze sitting on her stomach. That's it.
Oh God, I forgot you had that fucking chicken.
Yeah, she is now like laid down beside the fire, like head on Saveth. Saveth's laying down too, and Blaze is just like chilling on her stomach. She's playing with him.
Well, I could tell you this without needing the assistance of magic. And Dia looks at Kit with a disapproving father look.
Zone Truth drops.
Oh,
Oh. Well, go on, then. If you're going to tell us, that is.
I know that you all have your misgivings of being here, and I do apologize for the initial trickery, I guess. But you have to understand that, like, I have tried to make it a clan for quite a long time. And even those who didn't know didn't seem interested. But for some reason, being around a carbuncle is not what people have in mind for a clanmate. Or clan leader, for that matter.
Does someone else know? But they didn't join your clan? Because of this?
Oh yes, initially I was fully upfront the first few times, but didn't work.
So, well, there's been no, like, ministry who's tried to get a hold of you to dissect you or anything.
Not that I know of. Why?
Because I figured talking Carbuncle in public would draw a lot of attention, and it would probably get the attention of some people who are important and very uncaring towards one's personal freedoms.
To be fair, there's been several people that have made comments in even in the past week or two. About confusions about you when they have seen you. And you do seem to make a point of hiding.
It just seems to me that way.
Is it only because it seems easier, or has there been a problem that you've not told us about?
He is silent.
Did something happen while you were... Oh, while we were part of the clan that we, one, didn't know about, and two, didn't cause?
What is he asking?
He asked, because Dia is silent to that question, did
Mhm.
something happen while we were all members of the clan, but provided that they didn't do it?
Oh.
So, like, did someone else accost Dia or something?
In the
No,
past few
not-
weeks.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah, no. No. Not recently. No.
What it has happened in the past, then?
Yes, it has.
How bad was it? And
What did
who?
you do?
Do you remember who?
I don't remember. I don't remember who. I know they tried to siphon the Aether from me, though.
Hmm.
I don't remember what happened because I woke up some other place than I remember being.
Well,
It is kind of how I ended up in this city, to be completely honest.
did you not travel here from Matreska? Did you just wake up here in Lasha?
I've traveled here before in the past, but the most recent incident, yes. I just woke up in the town.
Well, if you ever do remember any details, I would appreciate being informed so we can look out and keep an eye out for these people who'd done that to you.
And how long ago was this?
Mm, 5-ish years ago?
How did you get away, or what did you do? This person ostensibly did something that would kill you. They tried to kill you.
I don't remember their face. I think there was some kind of scuffle. I know this person wanted to harm me. I do remember them trying to steal my ethers. But when I think on it more, I can't pick up the details. I'm sorry I'm not of more help.
You don't need to apologize.
You have nothing to apologize for, dear.
Precisely.
We just have something to look out for.
This is true.
Mm-hmm. I would love to.
Could you do the world map real quick, Piper? I'm just trying to figure out where he was essentially before this. Unless you want to pick a place, Piper.
The world map on
The world map's on Discord. Okay. Sorry, continue what you're saying. My bad.
Everywhere.
Sorry.
Don't be.
That's just the continent, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Just
is.
in the top left. Russia at the bottom.
Yeah, I'll just leave it that he doesn't even remember the last city he was in. Fuck it. That's it.
Well, now we know we actually have to keep pretending that you are Otto's carbuncle then.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I would say sorry about that, but I don't think it's that much of an issue, right?
I don't think it's an issue that you should concern yourself with anymore, no. Especially not while you have, well, a clan now.
Sparkle, Dia, sparkle.
Don't do that. Don't act so chipper about it. It's fine.
I mean, from all he's been through, I believe he has the right to be chipper about it at least one night.
No, it's fine.
From the deepest depths of my heart, I really appreciate you all joining me. I thank you. Thank you for staying.
You're welcome.
You can't do the appreciation thing around the edgelords. It makes us uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're welcome, dear. Though I would appreciate it if you didn't pull the trickery anymore.
Well, in all fairness, I don't think he really has.
Except for the one time he did, but
That one time was quite a leap, I will say.
yes. I mean, I'm already past that already, but if you could avoid doing that again in the future, that'd be splendid.
Furious nodding.
Well,
I've spilled my guts about myself. What about you all?
Before we get to that, I have one question.
Hmm?
The clan name. Can I ask why you picked that?
Luminescent?
Yes, is there any meaning behind it, or did you just think it sounded cool?
I actually reason for this. Give me a second.
Okay. Dia running to a suit of armor, pulling out a notebook.
Swan dives into the neck of the armor.
Feet sticking out. Hear the textbook cartoon like ruckus noise from off screen. A cat screeches.
Well, I mean, to be luminescent is to glow and to emit light. I was hoping this clan would be a guiding light for the new era. Dia looks a little sheepish at this. I would like to eventually find a home for all my kin. Where we won't have to deal with prejudice and whatnot. And I thought making a clan would be the first step to that. If we get enough notoriety and become well received in the nations, then we'd have some sway. Well, I guess I should say I'd have some sway. And
That is an interesting way of thinking about it, I suppose. It's not wrong, by the way. What would you do with political sway? Are you aiming to be a world leader, a politician of some kind? Please say no.
Dia shrinks a little bit.
Dia, can you answer the question, please?
Alter, he takes his drink, puts it to his lips, and starts taking a long drink, and tips his head back and takes an even longer drink.
Silvers puts down her drink and she puts her hands together and she's resting them against her lips as she looks at Dia.
Concern.
Just Dia, answer the question, please.
Do you think I'd make a bad politician?
Do you want the honest answer to that?
Yes, Isul, give him the honest answer.
Isul, I was speaking.
He looks at you like, I was trying to save you. I was trying to get you out of this. I offered you a lifeline by throwing my sister under the bus.
Oi.
I don't need a lifeline.
Dia looks a little nervous, but nods.
Silvers takes a sip of her drink. And she looks at Dia. A leader, I think you have good potential to be a very good leader. A politician, on the other hand, is very different from being a leader. And as of right now, I do not think you would make a good politician, though in most people's eyes that would be a good thing, considering politicians are mostly about
Lies.
underhanded, exactly, lies, underhanded tactics, things that go below the belt but do not ruin their reputation, things that do not seem to fit the, I guess, persona that you are known for, at least among us. So no, I do not think you would be a good politician by what politicians mean in today's standards.
I thought politicians were supposed to be for the people.
Well, reality can be very different from the ideal.
And that is part of the reason why you are not made to be a politician, at least not as of now.
You're too nice.
You're a little gullible and you'd be eaten alive.
literally and figuratively, I'm very certain that politicians actually cannibalize and eat one another, or innocent creatures, or just anything they can get their seven-fingered hands on.
Silverus nods.
There
Dia looks
is
horrified.
like Isul starts speaking. Like, there is, and then she's pauses, and there's a very noticeable grimace on her face. Nobility, I suppose, behind what you're trying to do. But I would advise trying to figure out how to use sway from the position of a clan leader and a notable figure rather than trying to actively enter into politics. It will not end well for anybody involved, I'm sure. At least not for at least another 300 years.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I have time.
If you don't poof first. Because there is the very real possibility that you might poof in the pursuit of becoming a influential clan leader.
Honestly, you could just work on becoming a musician. That would be an excellent
No, I
shtick
do.
or gimmick, like the musical carbuncle.
Musician.
No.
Any particular reason why a musician?
Just influence, acclaim, money, social power. Just, become a famous musician.
Dia dives into his armor. Pulls out a
Isul's
notepad.
head drops back against Saveth just hard enough that Saveth lets out a little huff. And, hand comes up and covers her eyes. The other one's still around, please.
Mage hand is writing in this notepad with a
Alter was half-heartedly suggesting what he thought was a pretty meh idea, and then when he saw how badly Isul reacted to it, he's like, "No, this is a great plan."
She is going to just kick at his direction and hopefully hit him somehow.
No. Climbing on top of the little behind his sleeping bag.
The thing about that, Dia, is that you have to decide something very important. What instrument do you want to play?
Not the drums.
No, not the drums. That is too basic, irritating.
Isul looks towards Kit. Do you have a way to make me deaf? Please make me deaf. Please.
I don't think I have that, but just in case it kills you, I do have Spare the Dying.
Oh. if I die from that, don't bring me back. Do me the courtesy. Don't. Let me die in peace.
Now, what instruments are there that we could get? That Dia could play.
None, because he has no hands to play them. So he will not have an instrument, and he will have to figure out a different way to annoy us. The same way he's already been annoying us. I have learned to handle that. That is the way that he will go.
Looks at Dia.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how annoying have I been?
No more annoying.
Right.
He has a
Anyone
very
else?
earnest look on his face.
Today or just overall?
Both?
Oh, well... Alter, does a little wiggle to his hand. What's the scale again? 1 to 10?
Furious nodding.
It's hard to say. I'd like a second opinion. Turns to Silverus. What do you think? Just an educated guess.
No, you know what, Alta? I think I would love to hear your opinion first.
Well, I'm not an expert.
Really?
Kit, you're an unbiased opinion. Turns to Kit.
Yes,
do you
Kit.
think?
What do you think, Kit?
On a scale of 1 to 10, you're not annoying at all. Yeah. You don't even score. Not with me, anyway. They may have different opinions, but I don't find you annoying at all. Killjoy, maybe, but not annoying.
Kit stifles a giggle.
Kit has to have a burn or two tucked up her sleeve.
Yeah.
You can't be in this clan and not at some point.
Burn.
Yes. Let's fucking go. Fucking stifle giggle behind hand at hearing that.
Someone's been learning from the clan.
Dia, if you want an actual answer, I'd probably put you at most a 5. Overall. Average amount of annoyance for any other person.
I would put you at about maybe like 75% of an Isul.
What would that be
What?
translated into the scale?
Oh, he's
Is-
about 3/4 as annoying as my sister is.
And how annoying is a school?
But look at her. Just gestures to Isul.
Can you give me a number on 1 to 10?
Isul is in a category of her own.
He wants to insult me, but he also does not want to get kicked again.
I would never insult my only sister.
You lie
How could
through
I
your
ever
teeth.
insult? How could I ever insult my worse half?
And there we go.
Well, if you already said that, you're on a roll, you might as well give her a number. So we can get Dia's number.
Well, really, who isn't annoying in this group? I feel like we're all at least a 7.
Those, I don't know how to word this. Well, at least none of us messed with magic beans.
Alter
And almost died to them.
What?
takes. He gets up and walks over to his bag and pulls out a bottle of wine and just lights the top off and starts drinking from the bottle from a clean cut. I'm fine. I don't need beans. I don't need to take this shit from you.
I mean, you did say we are all a 7.
Shut up. Everyone is a 7 except me.
Yes, because you're an 8.
Fuck off.
I do agree there.
He looks at Dia and looks actually kind of hurt, just like, I thought you were supposed to be the leader.
He is the leader and annoying you now.
Dia was obviously saying it just to be funny. It means it does not mean it at all, but
Chaos rolls concern me.
Sorry, refresh is not Silver's. There we go. No, Silver's is just gonna see Alter drinking wine, just like, damn, that's a good idea. She's gonna pull out her own bottle of wine, uncork it, pour out small cup.
Just everyone drinking their own wine, not sharing. No sharing.
Well, you said that he sliced it open and then is drinking it from the bottle.
Yeah, he took his he took his sword and he did like a little swipe at the top and cut it at a sheer angle. And he is like tipping it and drinking it like you would drink from a water jug.
And it's going to be circling back around to the age-old argument between the twins and Silvrus about drinking from the bottle or having to have a cup to drink from the bottle.
Yeah. I mean, fine. You want to share wine? Fine. Silver's will pull out a cup and ask Alter, can I have a glass? Since you already have one open.
He stops. He looks at the wine. Raises his eyebrows and gives you a smug look, and he will reach over and take your cup, fill the cup, be like, "You are more than welcome to have some," and he hands you the bottle instead of the cup. Takes the bottle a little bit, just like, "Go on, take it."
I would appreciate having my cup back, Alta.
He's giving you more wine than just a cup, though. He only kept the cup for himself.
Is it a cup that's like ceramic or clay or glass?
It's probably not glass. Like, if we were at home, I would say it's a wine glass, but I imagine it's like a camping cup. So
A little wood cup
Something
of some
that
sort.
could resist a fall.
yes, but that'd be wasting a lot of wine. You could just keep the cup.
I think you underestimate the amount of little shit Alter is.
You definitely do, because he's like, you want what, your cup? You said
I would appreciate us trading.
this cup. Holds up the cup.
Hold on.
Isul sits
Right
up and scoots a little further away from this scene.
Give me a second. Insight check. No. Just-
Hold on. I'll roll a deception check. It's gonna be just as good.
Ooh. Just barely.
He's an innocent boy. He's just asking to clarify, like this cup, the one in his hand.
Yes, I just wanted you to fill it up for me.
Well, I did fill it.
Can
So-
I have it back? Preferably, we switch.
I don't know why I don't need to roll a chaos roll. He just goes. And you were talking about, and he just throws it way up in the air, like out of view, and then he just goes, I don't see a cup. So might as well. And he hands you the bottle, extending it a little bit further.
You said you're handing her the bottle?
Yes.
She jaw dropped of like, what the fuck? Of like, looks at him like incredulously like, are
There's
you
no cup. I don't know.
fucking-
I don't know what you want, but I don't know what you expected. I didn't see a cup.
I didn't see a cup. I wonder what happened to it, Alta. Just gonna snatch the bottle.
Just in the distance.
Punk. You are going to fetch that before we leave.
He just like stifling his own stupid, like immature chuckling, and he nods. He will go get it.
Okay. Good. Silvrus will look at the bottle. Grimmin says she only had one cup, and she will take sip from bottle.
Alter sits up a little bit straighter and just goes, "I'm fun. I'm funny. You're all lucky to have me.
Or are we unlucky? Are you sure you're funny?
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10.
What?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would you say that I am?
Dear, I'd like to preface it by saying that you should not feed his ego anymore. His head will explode by how big it is from it.
Now, listen. My ego is full. He is not going to need any. He is totally fine. There's no more nourishment he's going to take from this.
He
Sips
is
wine.
pretty hilarious in his childish antics.
Points to Dia.
Yes, he is a 5-year-old in an adult body. It's quite an
I'm
accomplishment.
at least 7.
Hmm.
Mm,
I'm pretty
I
sure
see
that
you're
was the
6.
exact same joke you pulled when you were 5.
Never gets old, really. It's a classic every time.
Silver's just looking at the label on the bottle. What percent is this again? It's not high enough. Take sip.
It was one of the wines. Was it?
That we bought on the way
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, on the way back after the heist.
Yeah, after the heist, they bought wine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Silver's has a bottle of that too in her bag, but Alter opened up his in a way that can't be closed. So might as well finish that one. She has it in her hands now. It's hers now.
I wonder how good the wine that I got is.
Do you mean the one that nearly got smashed because you tried to open it? That
Nod.
one? No, don't. We do not need to hear the cursed music, thank you.
No. I have a solution. I have the silence.
The what?
Oh. Silence.
Pour enough for each of us to have a cup and try it out.
You know, that'd be great if we all had cups. If only something hadn't happened to mine.
Honestly, you should hold on to it tighter because I don't know what to tell you.
Sips wine.
See, the secret is eventually you do develop a sixth sense of when he's about to pull bullshit, and you just learn to ignore him, and he can't pull bullshit if you're not paying attention.
It's true, I do tire myself out eventually.
Eventually.
How many years did it take Silvers? Or, not Silvers. How many years did it take Bisul? Probably like, I don't know, 18, 19 before I started to turn down a little bit.
Oh. Just pained noise. This is what happens when he finds new targets, unfortunately.
New targets.
Waving at Isul. Like doing the little, like, individual finger, like, wave thing.
You truly have not grown up since you were 5 years old. I don't know how you
never
manage
wanted.
it.
That's not fair. I could totally manage it. But why would I? It's so much more fun to be this way.
Well, since you already have so much fun being that way, then you're not needing this back. So it's fine now.
Wait.
No. You're already having enough fun, Alta. This is mine now.
No, when I say this way, I mean I meant my age, not my sobriety level.
No, I think this way just encompassed all that you are.
She's not
So
wrong.
this is mine.
Okay, in this, she has to be wrong. It turns to Isul. She's taking my drink.
You
You
gave
gave
it
it
to
to
her.
You took a cup.
Exactly. Thank you,
trying
dear.
to I'm trying to share.
You know,
Thing.
I take it
So
back. You're
is-
not 5, you're 4, because you still don't understand the laws of exchange.
law of equivalent exchange.
Just grumpy. Oh, go get the bloody cup.
It's dirty anyway. Won't be using it tonight, so this is mine. Sip from bottle. Big long sip. She has commandeered Alter's wine bottle. Is Kit still knitting?
Yeah.
Sip.
What is
She's-
she knitting?
Can we see what she's knitting?
It's probably not anything that you would be able to tell what it is at this point.
Can we ask?
Yeah, you can like
It's
Make
RP
up this-
time.
Yeah, it's our okay. So it takes long swig after swig of wine, partly out of spite. And she'll look over at Kit, and I'm like, Kit. So you said you're trying to. What exactly are you making?
it's something pretty cool. Super duper cool.
It looks quite warm.
Nope, it's not. Well, I guess it could be, but it's not going to be worn.
What is it going to be?
Gift.
What are you making a gift for?
Oh, is this for all of us?
Not this particular one, though. It's for one of you, and then the others will get them as soon as I get done with them.
Oh,
Alter actually looks like kind of taken aback. He's like, you're just making something for us? And
Well,
you're not being an absolute little snarky dork about it? I don't know how to handle that.
It's kind of an apology for getting you all, you know, that night where, you know, the things happened and stuff because you all went out there because I wanted to go out there.
Kit, there's no need to apologize for that.
Kid, to be perfectly fair, I did get a bag of magic beans.
Yes. Like, look at all that he's done.
But you didn't, you know, like,
What,
don't know,
plant
like-
one and destroy half a city block and our home?
well, yeah, you did that. But I mean, you know, I asked you all to kind of go do this.
Yes, and you asked us all, and majority said yes, that we will help you.
It was a group decision.
Exactly. You shouldn't feel the need to apologize for that. I mean, I appreciate you making stuff for us. It means a lot, but you shouldn't feel the need to apologize and prove yourself to. Sorry. This wine is stronger than I thought. To apologize for something that we all decided to do. You couldn't have known what we were going to find, but that's a risk that we all chose to do.
Yeah,
You know-
and we're your clanmates. We're supposed to be here for you.
She kind of looks down at her knitting and she's like, but you're all kind of, you know, I am a walking red flag that you're just kind of ignoring. Like the warning signs, there have been a bunch of them so far.
Alter raises his hand. Do you think I'm not a red flag?
There's little
I mean,
snort
in-
from Isul.
Snort.
Like, to be perfectly fair, I'm wearing jet black, but I could not be more of a red flag of a person in general.
You have
Nor
some
could my
red.
sister. Look at the size of her weapons relative to her height. That should set off some alarm bells. Plus, she has a red chicken. And a tiny dragon.
He is a chocobo, he is not a chicken.
He's a chicken. They're all tiny chickens.
We're
No, they're
oh,
not anymore.
we're all an anomaly in our own right.
Okay. But, and I'm not saying it happened because of me, but, after the cave thing and the crystal thing, things are happening that weren't happening probably before.
I think that has to
Um,
do with the shattered crystal and not you being free. Though
I
if there
think-
is a correlation, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you can finish your thought. I can just take another sip.
Well, I want to say he turns and goes, to be perfectly honest, things happening that were happening before you and now things happening now that you're here, that's just how time works, I think. Just different things happening in a continuous line. So whether or not you were here, a bunch of different shit would have happened.
Continues to knit.
She doesn't fight back, and now I'm getting kind of offended. He's saying this to literally everyone but Kit. How do I deal with someone who just won't fight me?
You try not to fight them. You just speak to them.
Kit.
Kit, you do realize what we're all saying, correct? I know you might not believe it due to your own, I guess, beliefs about yourself, but you do understand what we're all saying and that we do mean it. I don't think any of us would say things that we don't mean, for one reason or another.
Perfectly true.
She just nods and continues to look down.
Well, Kit, I hope that you make something for yourself as well. You okay?
I am considering how Isul would approach this.
Oh boy. You have the floor. Sip wine time. I assume by now the bottle is empty. Or almost empty.
Alter is just looking at the reflection of fewer and fewer drops of wine.
Silvers is going to just less of the wine is gone. She puts bottle down. Looks in her bag. Takes out second wine bottle. Looks at Alter. Taps finger on chin. Deja vu time. If you want some of my wine bottle, you can ask.
I don't have a cup. That wasn't on the ground. He has the cup. I would have said he would have gone and, after he said that, fine, I'll go get it. He just got up and walked over to it.
Yes. Well, you have forcibly shown me that it's not needed. It should, but not necessary, apparently.
Not between clanmates, at least.
What?
Not between clanmates, at least.
Oh, and
I
what?
wouldn't use a cup between different clanmates, but this is, it's camaraderie. But
What?
I would like some of your wine.
Oh. I don't know what all of that was beforehand, but let me think. Taps chin. Uncorks bottle. Takes sip. This is really good. But I suppose I can't share it. Passes bottle.
As
Tentatively reaches over hand like, are you gonna take it away? Is it the trap? And then takes it sniffs it.
She just took a sip, man. It's not bad. You saw her take sip after she opened it.
He will take a sip.
She will reach out her hand to take the wine bottle back.
Passes it back to you. Thank you.
Alright. Okay. Now this is just take sip and when other wants sip, pass bottle. While has Isul prepped her
Yeah,
whatever
as-
the fuck that is yet.
As that negotiation was happening,
Yeah.
Isul has sat. She already has been sitting up because she was trying to avoid wine meltdown a few minutes ago, and just kind of was watching Kit the entire time. Not even like subtly, just straight up watching Kit. And finally, kind of tilts her head slightly. Kit, do you have any true, real reason to believe that you are the cause of any of this? Honestly.
Maybe not the like cause, but I mean seriously, like there's like 4 different things that are like pretty red flags. Like first, let's not forget chained up to a cave with an inscription above, and that's red flag number 1. Be right back. Hold on.
She is being summoned.
Oh boy. My work schedule changed. How did it change? They changed the schedule the day beforehand? What the fuck?
Welcome to the fast food industry.
Oh, okay. I'm just
Schedule,
going
yeah, schedule for Amy. Amy's schedule.
Amy's schedule.
That schedule?
That schedule? My schedule? For Amy? Oh, they just changed it so I'm working 9 to 5 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and not getting 9:30 to 5 on Tuesday. Okay. Not too major. Gotta change my fucking calendar now, though.
Okay, back. Well, there's technically 5 things. The second thing is, when Alter got, attacked the first time and the girl touched his thing and like the wound and its static sparkled and whatever, and then the same thing happened when I didn't have a wound and she touched me too. The third thing was, we found the monsters didn't take any of my soul or whatever, but did y'all's.
Isul listens. Oh,
Hold on, I'm being right back again.
okay. Although I am Z as a player is putting a couple of puzzle pieces together right now. That unfortunately I don't know that Isul is smart enough to put together.
Shit with the class. We can work together.
Yeah, everybody work together for the class.
This is a group project.
Because all of those things said in that way makes it sound like it's not so much anything to do directly with Kit, but Kit doesn't have a soul.
Oh, you're late to the party?
Then where was I? The monsters didn't take soul. And then the coffee guy could read you all, but couldn't read me. And then there's this thing. And then you can, the shadows that are around behind her, like her eyes start going black, and then the shadows start covering her, and she disappears.
What in the shit?
You saw that too, right? It's not just the wine.
He looks at the bottle. I don't think this is strong enough to do that.
Kit, where are you?
She drops the invisibility and comes back. See?
And when exactly did you discover that you could do that?
The pyramid day, I kind of wanted to be invisible, and it kind of happened.
that's
Alter-
interesting.
Did you guys went to the school thing and then got the mind body soul talk?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if you took Alter or if he was like, God, I
No.
hate this. Okay, yeah.
Alter refused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. He wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
That was
Everyone but
this.
the twin.
Did the twins not go? Yeah, I guess
No.
the twins did go. I was thinking of the text RP where technically she went to the academy. Isul just kind of blinks slowly and like furrows her brow. Well, that's unique, but that is also not saying anything because invisibility is a relatively common magic. I'm sure there's just ways that it happens.
Isn't that essentially a single player pass without a trace kind of thing?
I mean, I think there's technically a couple of like meta above game, a couple of like spellcasters that just get invisibility. And so like it shouldn't theoretically be super surprising. The only weird thing is that she didn't say anything to do it.
Yeah, like she just did it, and it was like all shadowy and weird.
Well, the eyes turned black and the shadows around her covered her up, basically. Like, and
That's the weird part.
Well, yeah, that's weird, but still, again, shadow magic is a thing that exists. And so, like, unfortunately, the three marshals are too dumb to really understand magic, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility that it would be like, okay, that looks weird, but also we know enough about living in a world with magic in it that weird shit sometimes happens like that.
Yeah, I just figured that it looks different from how Kit's magic usually looks like, right?
so far, yeah, it's been like gold and silver.
Yeah, so that's where it's like, what the fuck just happened?
Is that a, like, how smart Alter is check?
Yeah, that is. Joe is having ideas, and I'm like, Alter is not smart, so I don't think he would put these together. Not on a 12. No shot.
Isul, like, pauses and furrows her brow slightly when you go, but she also does not look overly surprised, just mildly confused.
I guess what I'm saying is, well, you know, it's probably not my fault all the things are happening, but what happened to me while I, you know, like, I'm supposed to, like, have a soul or something, right? At least that part.
To be honest, that sounds more like you were a victim. And do you think a victim should be blamed for something?
No, but that just...
Then you should not be blamed. And if it has nothing to do with you, or not all of it has anything to do with you, then it would be happening anyway. And as a collective, we are not smart enough to avoid any of this. So we would be getting in trouble anyway.
Alter with the wine, like, nods his head and just goes, well, you had to be a bitch about it, but you're not wrong.
The first time, like, Kit kind of, like, nods her head but gives you a little bit of a smile. But still, like, she's still concerned, but, like, she'll just nod and... Like, I get what you're saying. I do.
I know it's still disorienting because you don't remember anything. But there has been literally nothing thus far that would imply that you are to blame.
No, I mean,
and
you know...
most of it seems like you are in just as much shit as the rest of us.
I mean, that might be true.
So if we're all in this dealing with the exact same shit. With relatively the exact same danger. We're not going to blame you any more than you would blame us for it.
I just don't want it to be extra danger with me to you all having me with you, just in case.
I don't understand.
I think it's actually less danger because you're actually decent with magic and keeping us alive.
Exactly. Like, I doubt you do bring us any danger. I think we would stumble upon it ourselves. But even if you did, how powerful you are and what you can do and how you can help and assist us and do things in your own right more than outweighs whatever danger you could bring to us. Sit.
She just looks and just nods and is like, well, I appreciate you all, like, like when you found me taking me in and stuff, but I just and she quits and just goes back to knitting. It's fine, it'll be fine, everything's fine, wonderful.
Alter takes the wine. He's about to sip, and then he points, and he points at Kit and just says to the room, "I know a lot of women, and that does not mean it's fine."
No,
Isul is going to... She's kind of pauses for a second, glances over her shoulder back towards, like, Alter and Silverus. Very clearly bad idea forming. She reaches out and will kind of pinch the side of Kit's ear and tug slightly. Get out of your fucking head.
Where else am I supposed to go, though? Like, it's...
You're going in circles and it's getting worse and worse. You're smart enough to realize that.
You're going to lose your mind if you keep it up.
It's already gone, though. I can't remember anything.
Well, not like the mind, not your mind. You still remember things, so, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. She, like, rubs her ear. Okay. Point taken.
It's similar gesture that she would do to fucking Alter when he's being... that's where the, like, pause and consideration is, like, this is how this works with this one. Maybe it'll work with the other one.
Oh my god.
Kids, none of us are going to blame you any more than you blame us, and if you want to make us things, we appreciate it, but don't feel like you owe us anything. Now, if you lose in the bet, then you will owe us something, but that's by choice, and that's your own fault at losing at that point.
Okay, but I'm still going, like you said, make you things because I already bought it and spent the money.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it looks like you're developing a hobby, which I believe is one of the things we suggested, so...
it's
Hopefully
true.
healthy.
It is healthy to have hobbies.
And plus, these needles are really long, so, she picks one up, like, and puts it in her fist like she's gonna stab, like, makes a stabbing motion. It can also, work for stabbing things.
It depends
That's
on the quality
good.
of and material it's made out of, actually.
Well, I mean, if you throw anything, at somebody hard enough.
I mean, even if it doesn't kill, it's a deterrent at the very least, so she's correct there.
Certainly could fit up someone's nose.
That's Isul opens her mouth to agree, sees the pause that's happening, and closes her mouth.
Or, their eyeball, too?
Alter, he, like, gestures with the bottle, the end of the bottle, and he just goes, "See, now you're thinking, like, with a warrior mentality. Practicality overrides anything in the hands of a warrior."
Takes bottle from him. Yes, but there are just some things that you shouldn't really do unless you have to, and that should not just be, I don't know, speculation of things you can do with a healthy hobby she's developing.
I mean, speculation is
you're right.
part of planning, so it's actually a good thing.
He points to Isul, just like for emphasis, just like good things. See, you see.
It's fine. Maybe it's a good thing then. Still, that's just gross.
But we're not saying that it's not, but good job on taking up a knitting kit. We approve.
Absolutely.
Dia will move on to Kit's lap and like facing her.
Stepping on it.
Stepping off to the side of it.
Okay.
And puts a paw on like her shoulder kind of thing. He's like, well, as Silver said earlier, you better make yourself one, so it can be a matching set.
Oh god.
I will try. I mean, they're probably not going to be that good anyway because this is like my first attempt at all this. But they'll have character.
It's unique. By
Yeah,
you.
it will
And it's-
definitely be unique.
It's a unique gift from a friend and family.
Alter was like tentatively excited, and then the more Kit downplays it, the more he's like, okay, maybe I don't want this. But he doesn't say it out
No,
loud. He just like
You totally do. You totally
he just
do.
like flinches at each time she's like, it's the first time, okay, and you know it won't match, but it'll be close. Okay.
It'll be another item to add to the collection.
A fine addition to our
I'm infinite.
What was that?
Star Wars reference. Don't worry. To my collection.
My trinkets.
Do you all still have your items?
Points to hip.
Yeah, Alter's his decorative sword. It's still. He carries it on his hip as though it were a real sword. He knows now that it is not a real sword.
Yeah. So Solus carries hers on her hip.
And he'll turn to Kit and be like, was yours to your liking? I wasn't
Oh,
quite
yeah, it
sure
is
what weapon you
wonderful.
used.
No, it's, books are amazing, especially that one. There's the things that I, can totally use in there. It's amazing. Thank you very, very much.
He was referring to the case.
What? Oh, yeah, the card case is beautiful. It's actually, she wears it on her hip. Like, she has a specific belt that
Hip
she
gang.
wears that holds her. Yeah.
Hip.
That holds the card box and holds her cards. So you can see the box is on her hip that she replaced the old box in the belt with the one that you got her.
Nice. Does Isul have hers?
Unfortunately, Isul really does not wear a belt.
No, but
all
she
of
has,
all of her weapons are in a bundle on her back all the time.
Yeah, she
Is
had
it-
a lance.
Yeah.
Essentially. A decorative lance.
Alter
It was like
sees-
a little toy one, right? Or was it like a full-sized one?
Oh, it's full size, but it's not
Oh.
used for combat. It's just decorative.
Then unfortunately it would be in the room back at the apartment, but she would not carry it in her bundle because she doesn't want to like accidentally grab some shit.
Fair.
That's fair.
But everyone still has it, so that's important. And that's all that matters.
It's, unfortunately, she literally has a bundle of like 6 different types of polearms. She doesn't need to risk it.
Yeah. Putting it in circulation. Dia, do you have something?
He points to his forehead.
Is
Upgrade?
Is that why? Oh, that makes sense.
Everyone's item has a jewel that is kind of color coded to them, essentially. And carbuncles have a gem on their forehead. So,
Wait,
that-
what are the colors?
oh god,
I don't remember.
Don't remember what I picked for it had to do with the interview, if I remember correctly.
I think I want to say that Altars was blue, Silverus was red. Or maybe Isul was red.
Isol's was pink.
So, yeah, I think it was pink, yeah.
I think Silver's might have been red. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
We
think
gotta
it had like
compare-
a ruby, yeah, like a red, yeah. It's a fake gem, it's not an actual gem.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't write down our answers. I was too caught off guard.
And Kit got a purple one
Yay,
Yeah.
in
purple.
her box, so. It may not be much, but it's a symbol of being part of family. And I, for one, cannot wait to see what you have in store to give us.
You can look down, and it's obviously the yarn color is rainbow.
Aww.
Aww.
Gradient yarn is so good.
Do what?
Gradient. I'm assuming it's a gradient yarn.
It's a majority a white, but then it also has like rainbow kite edges.
So it's like the yarn that has like the other fiber in it that's like shiny.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought great rainbow gradient for a second. I understand now. Oh, I wonder who that's for.
Virgos. Hmm.
Aw. Sip.
Oh, that reminds me. Dia will hop back into his armor, and with some difficulty, he has to like kick off the head of the armor, kind of thing.
Do you want
Or-
help?
No, I got it. Just kind of heavy. And he pulls out the item from the gambling machine yesterday.
Oh, good lord. You have a problem, you know that, right? I will not be quiet. Do not shush me, you have a problem.
I don't know where this problem originated. I think I wasn't there for that.
We are never
Dia-
taking him to a casino because he will run our entire account dry.
What if we just give him an allowance?
As
Somehow
far
I
as
don't know that
rem-
that would work.
As far as I remember, I'm the one that got this money back after someone wanted to do a strength test.
Looks around.
What
Who did the
happened?
strength
What did he-
test?
What?
Who did the strength test?
I'm honestly blinking, like legit blinking on what you're talking about.
Alter wanted to go against Kyo, essentially, and did the thing versus the ogre, I believe. No, it wasn't the ogre. It was the
Goblin?
hammer thing. The hammer thing.
Hammer thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
yes.
Right after that, and he
Oh.
literally did it multiple times because he was getting egged on.
Yes.
Bull slowly turns, looks around, looks at Alter. Who did the strength test? I hope it was Azul.
Doesn't sound like anyone I know.
Squint. Sip.
Like, leans back and just totally avoids eye contact.
Leans forward, squint. Sip. Don't tell me that you wanted to do a strength test when your sister was right there.
No. Of course not. Joking about. What you mean? Turns his head and looks in a different direction. Yeah, no, not me.
Shakes her head, looks at Azul and Dia. Tell me that he is telling the truth and not just lying to me.
What do
Dia
you
is
think?
outside.
What do you think?
What does Dia say?
Dia is pulling this metal brazier out of his armor
Where
very
is it?
slowly.
Oh my goodness. Well,
And added to that, if it wasn't for me, we would not have entered the chocobo race either.
That was only because she gave us a loan so that we would not go too far down in the chocobo race. It was not because of you. It was because she gave us money.
Because I asked. Sometimes you need to take risks to advance.
Gambling is not a risk that you have to take. Thank you very much. It is gambling. Do not defend your addiction.
Well, if I hadn't gambled, then I wouldn't have gotten this.
Alters.
One day
does the
you are going to
Kermit
gamble
Frog
and it's
flip.
going to bite you in the ass. And then I don't
Dia
want to hear
is-
a single peep from you. A
Dia
single
is
peep.
It's nudging it over to Kit.
what the
Kid-
fuck happened that day?
Kit looks at it and is like, "What is this? This is very pretty. What is it? Does it do other things than just what do?"
Let me get the item. Oh, excuse me, that Piper sent me. Well, first of all, you said you didn't feel right to gamble and
No.
and try and see what you get from the chest. Well, since you felt so unlucky, I did it, and it's your prize.
Oh, your solution to gambling was to just gamble because it doesn't bother you?
Yes.
I mean, respect, because it makes my sister frustrated, but also, that's... She's not going to be impressed by that. She's going to be even more frustrated now. Which I
Who's
should be
going
happy
to be-
about.
Oh. Well, yeah, it was your pull. You should keep it.
But you're the one who found the chest.
Well,
They're just gonna keep arguing with you. Just take the thing and be done with it, because otherwise he'll just sneak it in your fucking bedroll tonight.
Oh well,
I'd
that's
say he will do that.
probably true. Well, thank you, dear. But if you want to ever use this magical thing that I don't know what it does, but if you want to take it back to use it, then please feel more than welcome to.
Here is the thing. That Piper gave me. There you go.
Wow.
I'm hoping there's a good reason that it keeps being kept secret rather than everybody knowing what it fucking does.
It's a brazier of commanding fire elementals.
Whew!
That is cool
That-
as fuck sounding.
Sounds awesome and like it would be useful.
And
Yeah,
very dangerous.
Very useful.
Very dangerous too.
Make sure there's not any wording in there that says you get to lose control of the elementals, because that usually is the caveat.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
usually
Wow.
how it goes.
While a fire burns in this brass brazier, you can use an action to speak the brazier's command word and summon a fire elemental, as if you had cast the conjure elemental spell. The brazier can't be used this way again until the next full moon.
It does say if your concentration is broken, the elemental doesn't disappear. Instead, you lose control of the elemental. It becomes hostile, and you and your companions, and it might attack. An uncontrolled elemental can't be dismissed by you, and it disappears 1 hour after summoning it.
That's the danger of conjuration spells.
Yeah.
So we send it in to fuck shit up, and then
And run away.
And
Yes.
run away.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and run away.
Fire in the hole, basically, and run. Yep.
Fun.
Because I know that spell well, because I want to use it so badly, but I don't because I don't want to like lose concentration on my druid.
But
Okay,
it
so
will definitely be like, oh look, a diversion. Go fire elemental, go.
I mean, to be honest, if it's a fucking fire elemental, just like dropping it in to nuke something in the city might be nice.
But like, what is this thing? How big is it? Like, Dia dragged it to Kit, right?
It's like imagine like a lantern on a chain.
Oh, okay.
That's what
not-
a brazier is.
So not as big. I gotta remember, Dia is small. Okay.
Isul just watches this exchange, stares at this item for a second, and then shakes her head. I don't want to know.
It'll be totally fine. But if I tell you to run, then you should probably run.
Joy.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Because it's a lantern, I don't understand. What's so special about it?
It's basically, summon a fiery elemental being, but with most things like that, sometimes if the caster, loses their concentration on things, then they'll just go crazy and do what they want.
So what does go crazy mean in this context?
Kill
Yeah.
us. I
Kill
believe that's
us.
what it means.
You? Okay. That seems like a very risky thing to put into play.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if I lose if I lose the concentration, I will warn you and be like, we should probably go.
You should warn us very enthusiastically.
Yeah,
Very
right.
loudly.
Yeah, I totally will, but you'll probably know before I'm yelling, because, but I'll do my best. Just don't, if you see a really hot guy, just don't get near it.
Just don't get near it.
Right, make sure that whatever is we're fighting is in its pathway or vision, and you're not.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work out perfectly fine. Just have to be careful with this.
Mm.
I guess it would be helpful if you could warn us if you planned on putting this into play before.
Yeah, I'll totally. Let's think of a code word that I can just yell out real quick that you would all know. How about this? Beans. I will yell beans, and you'll know.
Isul will just slowly hand to forehead.
Well, see, and then no one that hears beans will definitely. They're not going to think fire elemental. They're going to be like, why is this crazy person yelling beans? And then, wow, fire elemental. It'll work. It'll be fine.
Oh, yes. Foolproof.
I think that would be a very interesting code word, but maybe we could workshop it a bit.
I am up for suggestions, if you have any, let me know. Working title is beans. We'll change it later.
The working title is Beans.
I mean, I guess you could just shout working title and we'll know what you're talking about.
That's a bit long, though. It needs to be like a one-word thing.
Well, you could just say run.
No, but then what if we really had to run before I do that? Then, why don't... Let's see.
Run faster?
Caution when hot.
Fucking run?
I don't know. We'll think of something.
It
Definitely.
will be a mystery until then.
It'll come to you in the moment, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah. But if we don't talk about this again before it gets used, just know if I say beans, that's it.
You mentioned beans quite a bit.
What? You're right. I probably should not name it beans because that might be cursed.
Not what I
see.
meant, but whatever will deter you will work.
I see the collective brain cell is going strong this evening.
I mean, you can't just say that I'm summoning this, whatever this is. At least until we can figure one out.
To be fair,
That's
I
what-
believe a fire elemental is relatively easy to spot.
That is true, but if
Living a
we...
moving flame is a bit hard to miss.
Yeah, flame on.
I think it's better than beans, but...
And if there are other fire elementals on the field already, then why the fuck would we want to summon our own?
Exactly. I meant more so as a warning in case we all... So we can all get started on running.
I mean, I still believe just fucking run is a good sign that we should be running. We
Yeah,
don't need a
it's
code word
true.
for that.
That is true.
See,
I do
brother, you
want
had a good
to.
idea.
He looks at his soul with flat look. Most of my ideas are good, you just refuse to listen to me.
Sip.
What?
Hmm?
I thought that was like an indignant sip.
No, took a sip of the bottle.
So, now that we've gone through the run of Dia and now Kit, he points to Silverus. You next?
Stops mid-sip. What? What about me?
Well, I mean, what is your deal with the the gentleman we had mentioned before? Yeah, what's his name?
Gentlemen?
Helen, her boyfriend?
I can't remember his name, but the thief guy.
Helen.
Helen?
Helen.
Helen, yeah,
Yes.
like Isul immediately is like, Helen, her boyfriend?
Yes, how did that come around again? Did we cover this? Because I remember teasing you for it, but I don't remember actually any of the answers you gave us.
I don't think you would have listened to an answer. Not
That's
at the time,
not-
at least.
Necessarily true. Well, okay, at the time, yes. You're
Yeah, at the time, yes. That is absolutely true.
To be fair, the frustration that both of you were showing was actually extremely amusing.
Listen, that rock was very frustrating to fight. I can only imagine what it was like up close and personal. Though, I mean, I barely know much more about him than any of you do. I ran into him the day beforehand, while you all were at the carnival.
Just ran into him, like smacked into him in the middle of the market, or ran into him some other way. That's a very vague term.
We met and did a little side quest that was available at the time. That's about it. Neither of us knew that we were going to see each other again, much less the next day, so that was a surprise.
Good surprise or bad surprise?
Just surprise, neither good nor bad.
Sip.
Makes bottle, sip. Is that all?
Well, there's surely more.
About
I'm going to give someone else the floor, though, just because I don't want to pester.
you don't want to pester.
I think he's
Well, if
afraid
you
of
insist.
getting hit.
He immediately just leans forward and just goes, "So, you have you don't take this the wrong way, but kind of a chip on your shoulder. Can you sort of elaborate on your moodiness?"
What does chip on your shoulder mean again? I know this sounds familiar. Are you quoting Z?
No, chip on your shoulder is like a general term. It's a much broader term.
Generally speaking, it means like you've got a chip on your shoulder means you've got something to prove. You have like an irritation, because you are behind on in some way, and you are fixated on making it up to the point where you're like kind of being a detriment to other people.
Ah.
At least
General-
that's generally what I understand it as. It's general bitchiness, but specifically on the route to become better or get something, I guess.
Okay.
In relation to like a thing or person or action or something like that. Like
Okay.
Mhm.
Can you repeat the question?
He leaned forward and just goes, "So you have kind of a chip on your shoulder. Could you explain, like, why? Maybe go into that a little bit?"
A chip on my shoulder.
You nods and quietly takes a sip.
Can you give me a bit more detail on what exactly do you mean by that? I don't think I understand.
Oh, I'm not sure how to explain it to you more than I already have. Like, but why? Like, what? He turns to Isul. You're better at explaining things to me, or generally other people whenever you're trying to, I don't know.
there's a certain flavor of caginess that you have.
Yeah, I think their mean is like, why are you being so guarded?
About everything, all the time.
I'm not
Yes.
guarded all of the time.
The vast majority
Like right
of the
now.
time. You're dancing around questions much like Dio was earlier.
Well, Dia was dancing because either didn't know or because he likes dancing. Looks at Dia.
I was very truthful. I answered to the best of my ability.
There's several times we had to force you to answer, though. You tried very hard not to. We can force you to answer, Silverus. I'm sure if we annoy you long enough, it will come out. So you might as well give up now.
Give up now. I don't like giving up on things. But I suppose I can tell you some things.
Like,
What exactly are you asking about? I'm not going to divulge to you my entire life story. That would be a waste of time and effort.
why would it be a waste of time to team bond? Again, this is we are in the thick of it, trying to know more about one another. That sort of shit.
Mhm. So you are definitely going to be sharing everything about you and your sister too, right? And team bonding.
Well, to be fair, I'm accountable to her, and she is accountable to me, so I don't want to have to put my sister in a headlock, you see. And, I mean,
I would like to see you try.
it's like, without looking at you, he just flips you off.
Sip.
I will answer the questions you ask to the best of my ability. But again, it all has to go through, well, my secretary.
HR, yeah.
He points to
PR.
Silver, or he points to Easel.
I'm pretty sure most of us are curious about the larceny bit.
Larceny. Larceny?
Larceny.
He's
Larceny.
looking towards Alter.
Sip.
Kit just, starts nipping a little faster.
Alter, like, there's a noticeable face twitch, and he just like, that one time I did a petty theft and, oops, got caught. That larceny.
Isul takes a very slow breath, and you don't even have to roll for anything. You can tell very clearly she is controlling herself to not make any reaction.
In Alter's mind, this is why you get to answer questions. I have to go to sleep tonight, and she knows where I sleep.
He wouldn't say much because
Because it was my fault, and he took the blame.
To be fair, it was more of a team effort, I think. Also, I mean, if you had to guess between which of the two of us was at fault, it would obviously be me. Not to say that Isul does nothing wrong. She's wrong all the time. Just slightly less often than me.
Isul just has gone silent and turned back towards the fire.
Sylphis looks at Isul. Puzzle pieces are clicking in her head. Takes sip of wine. Looks at bottle.
he is frowning a bit, kind of concerned.
It is not in
Curious.
her own damn business.
I don't remember my mom, but she raised me to mind my own business. That's what she did, I'm sure.
That's right. If it's not me or my shit, it ain't.
None of my, nope, mind my own business, not looking over there, not listening.
That's it. Chink, 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 ding, ding, ding. The needles are just clinking away.
Mhm.
Not your monkeys, not your circus.
That's right.
Mhm.
And it was Saveth will have gotten up at the shift in the twins, moved around, is now laying in between them, side against Isul and like head in Alter's lap now.
Silvers will pass bottle to Alter.
Alter
he
will
needs it.
he takes it kind of half-heartedly and takes a sip. So, were there other questions you might have had? Perhaps? Or at least maybe be a bit more specific.
I have one.
Go on.
Where are you two from? Something simple.
I forget the name of the place, but it's the mountainy, snowy region.
It's Dragon City.
Yeah, hold on. There's a document. Zestra!
Yeah, remember, is it like X or Z or something?
So, Alter just shrugs and just goes, that's an easy one. We're from Zestra. The predominantly dragony place, and he, like, tugs at or point like taps his horn or one of the horns on his head.
And where is that? I'm not too familiar with that.
Across the sea.
Hmm.
Off the sea, more north. A lot more brisk, mountainous. Delightful weather, really.
Our people tend to be not complete isolationists, but a little more removed from the world's politics, let's say.
Well, consider yourself lucky, I suppose.
Oh, well, maybe a bit lucky, but not so lucky that we don't have to deal with our own politics.
Snort.
Hmm.
And
Can
you are
you-
from?
Me?
Hmm. And Soul just nods.
I came here from Adreska.
Oh. Carbuncle Academy City.
Did you ever have a carbuncle?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Did you want one?
No.
Well, now you
Cute.
have one. She motions towards
Yeah.
Dia.
Now we have one. Or, at least in public, Alta has one.
Only in front of that detective.
Right. But, yeah, no, I came here from Adreska. Other questions?
You never did really address why you have such a chip on your shoulder. As in, why... Where did you get your combativeness? Because I can easily tell you mine, and I will, if you care to know. Or you could just tell me to fuck off, in which case I could do that too.
Where I got my, you said what? Combativeness?
Combativeness.
Yeah, combativeness. Well, if you tell me where you got yours, I might tell you where I got mine.
I will tell you, but you have to go first. I asked you first. It's only fair.
Right. Now, I will share, but you have to go first, please. That is my one condition.
Oh, for the love of... He pulls out a coin. He holds it out and just goes, "Can I flip this and we'll call it square?"
Fine.
Delightful. He is gonna flip it, and 1 or 2 is altar, 3 or 4 is Silverus.
Okay. Aha!
Lands on the flat. Like, he flips it, lands on his, catches it, throws it onto his palm, and then he was excited at first, and then he sees it and his face deflates. And he just goes, fuck.
Happy sip.
Well, if you absolutely are dying to know, and my sister can attest to this, I got my demeanor or disposition as a unwanted gift given to my father. You see, he was far more annoying and far more incessant than anyone else I've ever met. And I refused to participate in his rigorous sort of educational methods, let's say. So, in so doing, I found that the best way to get under his skin was to, and he kicks back and crosses his legs and puts his hands behind his head, be who I am today.
That explains a bit. It fills in some gaps. Oh, fuck, it's my turn, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
I should not have agreed to this.
you are absolutely right. You shouldn't have, but it's too late now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, what if I didn't?
He gives you like a really narrowed-eyed look, but doesn't say anything.
Fine. I got my combativeness. Because... How do I phrase this? Just give me a moment. She's gonna take, like, a swig of wine. She's gonna stare into the fire a bit. She's just, like, thinking. She's very clearly thinking very hard on how to phrase things. And, like, she's speaking, and it's very obvious she's choosing her words very carefully. She says, well... Shut up! Well, my disposition, I guess, was gotten through an event halfway through my childhood. And things that I cared about were taken from me by someone that I thought I could trust. I've learned now that you can't exactly do that.
Do what?
Trust so easily. I learned that lesson a second time a few years back. And now I am not going to make that same mistake a third time. Does that answer satisfy you enough to drop it?
It satisfies me for the most part, but I do want to know who taught you all of this. Any gestures to you as a whole, and how you're sitting and how your posture is so good. Who taught you all of that stuff?
She blinks. I'm just sipping wine.
Oh,
You're sipping wine
this-
like a noble at a table and you're at a campfire.
I'm sitting on the ground with a bottle.
But you
You're
sip it.
avoiding the question.
Oh, money. You have manners where there should not be a place to learn manners, and I'm honestly impressed and quite baffled. How did you? Who taught you how to be almost a noble? Were you a noble?
Sip. No, of course not. That's preposterous. My mother just wants me to have proper table manners and not lose them. That's all.
Insight check.
I didn't want to have to say it. It's gotta be an insight check.
Nope.
My insight's so shit.
Dia!
Ha! Fuck you guys! Don't know shit. So, my mother just is very particular about my manners. And she instilled into me that I have to not lose any of my manners. Especially when I'm out and about, before I return home.
So you're going to go back then?
Yes. Eventually. I mean, they are in Adreska.
Why are you all about then? Why not? Why are you still not just at home if you're going to go back eventually?
I plan on visiting them. They're busy working. So I am out and about. Working trying to, I guess, have a career in by joining a clan and getting more connections that way. And every now and then I do plan on visiting my parents. I should actually write a letter to them.
It's so painful that that was such absolute bullshit above the table.
Yup. I could have GM rolled my deception roll, but I was dumb. And I didn't.
No, you're fine. I mean, I'm not gonna GM roll my shit. I'm
Yeah.
not. It's. Y'all know Alter's gonna not be bright bulb.
Yeah. Silver's just gonna have an idea spark in her head of like, oh, what does your family do for a living? You mentioned you didn't want to do the refined things, so you rebelled against that. But what did they do? Do they do? More like.
Alter turns to Isul and like, you wanna take the reins on this one?
Isul is kind of like looks at Alter, sees that he's turning towards her, looks back towards the fire. Import and export primarily.
Can see how you get tangled up with the politicians there, in that case. The trading disputes must be abysmal.
You don't know the
snort.
half of it.
Father wanted me to take over the family business, and I would be damned if I did. Absolutely never.
Well, to each their own, I guess. I guess it depends on the family business.
It's more of a headache than it's worth.
Right.
Alter kind of he stares into the fire for a bit, mimicking how Isul looked just a few minutes ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard dog tackle.
No, that was Mr. Amy Hug.
Ah.
He woke up. Oh my god. Okay, I'll continue. Sorry.
Grace.
Quiet,
you're good.
cute moment, and then immediate, like, goblin noise.
Yeah, continue. Y'all.
Alter, there's there is an urge to talk more. There is a desire to talk more about it. That is obvious enough. It's obvious enough that he's like, there's a lot that goes unsaid. but he does not at all feel like he should open his mouth and say fucking anything. So
Another
he is going to keep his mouth shut.
Another question then, I suppose, and I guess it's your two of you's turn. Or Kit or Dia, all of you can ask questions too.
Are you still knitting?
Is that yarn different? Mandy's
Especially
needed.
not white.
Is that pink? She looks very busy.
I'm here, but not here. Do you see why I'm not here?
Kit's really focused on knitting.
Well, dear. Anything to lift the, totally normal and not awkward silence?
To be fair, we did grill you with about 1 million questions, so you deserve at least one or two.
Probably even 3.
That's a bit generous.
Let's not get crazy.
Dia, do you have any questions for us?
I have plenty of questions, but I'm not going to push for them because all 3 of you seem uncomfortable.
Well, you can
talking
still
about your
ask
past.
them. You can still ask them, we can just choose not to answer.
I'd rather not push and let you all.
Oh my god. You're a fucking...
Oh my god!
You're like, nah, man, I'm gonna let you all get over your edgy shit and
Yep.
open up.
No.
It's like,
I will-
no, just fucking
I will.
grill me.
I will be here. I will be here if you ever feel like speaking about your past, but I'm not going to push for it. So that's not fair.
Dia, I have been about 1 wine bottle in, and I'm probably not going to come to you to talk about my past. This is your chance to ask me about it while I'm feeling a bit social. Take it or leave it. It's your choice.
This is free opportunities to
Why?
bond with us all.
Why do you think you'll never bring it up? I know we've only known each other for about a month, but I do consider you all my friends. Are you saying you never intend to consider me in the same light?
Sip wine.
That's in response to something you said, bitch. You gotta deal with that.
I know,
question.
I'm like, that's what I was like, I said
Alter-
shit real quiet, so did Silverus.
And what of you two? You avoided
who?
most questions.
Us? He points to himself.
Both of you have been dancing around the subject matter as well. Like I said, I'm not
Everybody
going
has
to
been.
I'm not going to push if it makes you uncomfortable. But I do hope that in some point in the future, you'd be willing to share. With not just me, but all of us. Because we are a clan. And again, I consider you all my friend.
I am less than a full wine bottle in. And looks at Silverus.
Has his bottle. It's
I don't-
empty. Opens up another one.
Oh, I only brought one.
I have 2. Opens up. This is my last one though, so we have to share this one.
I also have the cursed one, if we decide
When-
to open that.
We are not opening the cursed wine bottle.
But yeah, the cursed wine bottle just sounds like a bad idea on so many different levels.
We are opening regular wine. Fucking
Alter, no. Joe, yes.
passes new wine bottle after taking sip for herself to answer his question when you're done.
Alter takes a sip, and then he hands it, like, gestures towards Isul with it. If you're talking, you're gonna need some of this too.
She kind of turns her head towards it, studies it for a second, and slowly takes it. She drinks, but she very much does not drink like the two of you drink. So it's rare for her to do something like that.
She's smaller.
She's smaller, and she's also usually essentially the designated driver.
Huh. He's the DD, the designated dragon.
So she takes a long swallow before passing it back.
Dia takes Mage Hand and brings over a meal pan, essentially.
A what?
Like the little meal pans for camping.
Oh.
Like
Tray?
Little tray, yeah, little tray.
You trying to get
uses
some
Mage
wine?
Hand. Yes, he is.
He still pauses and stares at it, and then looks at him. Can you even drink?
Did you get drunk?
It doesn't really affect me, but I can taste it.
She will pour a little bit into the pan and then look towards Kit.
What, you want me to drink out of the pan or the bottle?
She offers the bottle. Just like shaking her head.
He grabs it with both hands and just throws it back for a minute, and then hands it back.
This will pass it back down the line to where it started.
Alter, like, he watches you, he hears you ask that, and then watches Isul hand you the bottle, and he just looks at Isul, and you hear, "You are far more kinder than I ever would be."
What? There's things about not using any sort of cup or anything, so I would just make, y'all are having the hang-ups out of what you drink out of, not,
But we were not. Silverus was. The rest of us are fine.
Yoink bottle out of Alter's hands to take swig.
He's learning.
Fuck you. Just answer the question.
What was the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally don't remember what you were all saying.
Dia's question that we all started drinking to answer.
Why would we not come to him?
No, do you guys plan on not being friends? Because
Swig.
usually that's what friends do.
Swig.
I don't know about y'all, but I have nobody that I would tell your secrets to anyway, so I don't know the hang-up there. I absolutely know no one but you all.
Sip.
Isil just looks at Alter and trying to judge his expression and what she thinks he's wanting to say.
Dia will even push harder. You're like, I understand not trusting people quickly, but do not trust any of the people here. Even a smidge.
Alter holds up a finger, just goes, "I trust Isul."
No, that doesn't count.
Alter, you would have died if Kit and I hadn't saved you. I also think Silverus used a potion.
Two,
Because you
actually.
because you ate those beans. Most of us have gone down in a fight, and we had to rely on each other.
I trust everyone here in battle, but like I said beforehand, anything beyond that is very difficult for me to get past. and it's not an issue with any of you. I just do not want to make the same mistake again for the third time.
Alter shrugs and says, trusting someone in battle when you work together is one thing. Trusting someone with things outside of battle when you are both literally and on some kind of, I don't know, metaphorical level? You're not wearing armor.
Nod. Sip.
You think it would be the other way around.
If we die in battle, then it's far more likely that you're going to die in battle. It's very easy to stab in the back once you're outside of the battlefield.
Outside of battle, you don't expect to get stabbed.
Well, Alter shrugs and just goes, maybe we all do.
I think that's why all of us are keen.
So there is definite trust issues that is telling me, and I'm not a therapist or anything, that you all have your own shit to work through individually. However, I will tell you that you all saved my life, and I have no problems trusting you. You have not proved me any other way except for that you're guarded as all get out. And there, if you're not going to trust me, I don't want to know your information. I could care less because I don't know anything of mine, so I can't judge anybody on anything that they do because who knows, I could have been a serial killer. However, that trust does work both ways. If I'm going to trust you, I want you to trust me. I am not going to, hurt any of you. Definitely not like stab you in the back after battle. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
There is a kind of bitter smirk that Isul gets at that statement.
Alter looks like halfway convinced, just like, I mean, shit, that's probably the most convincing I've heard anyone start with the premise.
I mean,
Usually
it's your
people don't
stuff.
even directly address it.
Yeah, it's your information. Do with it what you will. However, I do want you all, like, if I'm going to trust you all, I want to know that works with y'all thinking of me that way, because y'all saved me out of a freaking cave for 200 years. I don't know what kind of threat you think I'm going to, like, repay that with.
Well said, kid.
Very well said.
Isul will look back to Alter, and because I'm assuming Alter looks like he wants to talk to some degree.
They're like, you have twin sense. You get the fucking perfect read of, I don't know what to tell them, but I want to tell them something. And he is hoping that you initiate the thing.
She just kind of sighs for a second and shakes her head. Knowing about us puts us in danger, yes, but equally, if not more so, puts you in danger. And that is not a maybe, that is a guarantee.
We left home, and, well, some problems can chase you across the water.
It looks at you both. We possibly set in motion the destruction of the world, okay? I don't know what you think I'm going to be scared of. I already don't remember anything about anything, and now these things are at night are coming out because possibly we wasted some kind of crystal. So whatever you're scared of is probably going to die with the world.
There's actually like a little like mildly surprised like choke of a laugh from Isul.
Alter again like shakes his head and shrugs and just goes, again, a very, very reasonable point to make.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you don't have to say anything. And if you are worried about putting people in danger, you all just told me not to worry about putting you all in danger.
I don't want to make the executive decision to share.
I
a bunch of
understand.
stuff
You
about
don't
my
have to.
family.
Right. It's
I
your
would-
business.
Well, it's more of Isul's business, and he looks at Isul. Not because of. Well, first, not because she's the older sibling, because she's not the older twin. Secondly, it is not because she did anything wrong. So don't misunderstand me. And he looks at Isul, including you.
See her kind
But-
of jaw working slightly. Mouth closed, but jaw clenched.
But, well, he shrugs and just goes, I mean, you've seen me. Imagine if I made a bunch of important life choices for the two of us. Isul would probably be dead, and I would probably be in jail. Again. Or dead. Not a leader. He shrugs. He's also very pointedly, like, looks over your Isul, gets a little nervous, like, looks away, looks back, looks away.
Well, no, like, listen. I don't want you to say anything that's going to get anyone in trouble. I just am happy that you told us that was the reason that you're hesitant, is because you care about everyone enough that you don't want anybody to get in trouble.
Why do you sound so pleased with yourself?
Because, like, if you didn't care, you'd just be like, yeah, I'm going to tell you the secret now. Everybody's going to come kill you, haha.
He looks like there's a mix of disgusted frustration. Like, that's such a limited, childish way to view it. That's not at all how it would be. But he also is like very frustrated and does not say no.
Coming from, the childish mentality of, giving someone a wet willy, is going to lecture someone 200 years old about being childish.
Silver's twitches while she was taking a sip of wine. I imagine that, like, Silverus and Alter are sitting, like, next to each other because they've been passing the wine bottles back and forth. So you just feel, like, twitch.
I'm not gonna do it again. Unless you start.
To be fair, that's actually one of the least annoying things he can do when he decides he wants to cause problems.
You're just lucky you don't have horns, because I did tie her horns to a bedpost once.
There's a visible, like, flinch from her. It's subconscious, like, coming up to, like, rub the side of one of her horns.
Leans past Alter, or leans to hand what bottle of wine straight to Isul.
She takes it.
Yeah, leans over Alter, just like, excuse me, she needs this right now.
Oh, come on. It was funny.
For you, I'm sure.
Well, yes, of course, for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was delightfully funny for me.
Yeah. Silverus does, like, stay close, though. Because she wants it back after you take a sip.
Yeah, she takes a little sip, like, noticeably less than the first time she got handed the bottle and hands it back.
Yeah, okay. She'll take the bottle, lean back in her seat.
You're just
Out of
lucky
where she-
that my horns did not break. You have no idea how lucky. Alta? She, like, looks towards Alter.
He like doesn't fully meet your gaze. It's like looks at you, looks away, looks at you, looks away, then turns a little bit and looks at you, and you can just hear the like, did I do something wrong? What did I do? Don't yell at me.
If you ever try anything like that, I have never stabbed you. I will stab you. It is a promise.
I holds out his hand, look like grabby for the wine.
Takes a long, like very slow sip before handing it to him.
Would actually stab me though, right? Takes a sip.
That depends on if you think tying my horns to something again is going to be a good idea.
He
Because also, remember, Joe, above table, the horns act as sensory organs to some extent. They are sensitive.
Oh,
Yep,
no.
that's he. That's why it was a prank when he was like a fucking 11 or when they were like 11, because he did not understand how bad that would hurt.
Oof.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
It's
Do you know this,
100%
Joe?
one of those dumb kid things where they're like, yeah, this will be funny, and it's way over the line, and you don't realize it, and then they're like, oh.
Oh shit.
yeah, if I remember correctly, it's kind of used for echolocation a little bit. For
Mm-hmm.
hearing.
Yeah, it's like your goddamn eardrum that is on the outside of your head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do it twice. Listen, if I was someone who repeated jokes, I would. That's so lowbrow. I can do better. I won't do that. I'm not gonna do it twice.
And she just shakes her head slightly and looks back to the rest of the group. And looks towards Kit and Dia and remembers the conversation that was happening beforehand and just kind of deflates ever so slightly. And holds up a single finger before they can say anything. And moves the hand towards Alter to keep him from talking for a moment. Let us just say this and leave it for the evening. Alter and I do not come from the most honest of families. Crime is more in our blood than just about anything else. And that leads to more issues than you could possibly imagine.
Puzzle pieces clicking together.
It nods and finishes up what she's working on. It's like, well, thank you. You know, you don't have to go into any more details, and I will not press you ever again. But she gives you, how about this? You get the one, and she hands you like this little mini, like super tiny, the most tiniest little chicken dragon looking thing that you have ever seen, but it's pink and it's cute. And you're not sure if she tried to make it a chocobo or a dragon. And hands that Tissel. And Alter gets one that looks exactly the same, but it's black.
Oh.
And Dia gets a rainbow mini Dia, or you know what it could look like mostly, like when the sparkles happen. And there's also the red little mini cat that looks like the kittens that we got for Silvers.
Thank you. This is... Thank you, Kit.
They're really, you know, first time trying, so forgive if the eyes are a little not, you know, symmetrical, but it gives some character, yeah.
Oh, no, I love it. Thank you very much.
Suddenly, the campfire is not the brightest thing in the area.
Oh god.
Aw.
Mm-hmm. Silvers is just like cradling the little yarn cat in her hands, in her lap, just like looking at it. Small smile on face.
Alter, like, he's looking at it with one hand, and he has a very... I don't know how to describe the look on his face other than to call it an open, like, wide and happily surprised. He's not smiling, like, with his mouth, but there is a palpable, like, noticeable happiness. And he doesn't say anything. He just looks at it and says, wow. Thank you. And
You're welcome. I mean, next ones will probably look a lot better, but you'll get the prototypes, you know?
You're going to make more?
You told me I had to make one for myself too, so yeah. But I don't know what I want to make for myself yet, so I may have to practice more.
Well, if you're going to practice, then, I mean, we could always do with more, of these.
Silver's got hit by the cute bug.
Staring at tiny little cat in hands.
Yeah, they're like super tiny. They look wonky, and the eyes are not really symmetrical. And you know, the dragons were supposed to be more like dragons, but they're little like chocobos. Dia looks like a marshmallow with little ears.
Dia is sparkly.
Yeah, it's sparkly.
Aww.
The effort was made.
It was made.
Isul, like, examines hers and, like, smiles slightly, and then she, like, places it beside Blaze, who's trying to sleep on her lap. And
Aww.
just, like, essentially tucks it in with Blaze.
Oh, we have a baby here.
Silvers takes a sip of wine, and she's like she looks very, very happy. Looking at it, and she's gonna look back at Kit and Dia, and just like, okay, well now I just feel like more of a bitch than usual. So, fuck. I kind of danced around the truth earlier. And I would like to correct that, if you would let me.
Raised brow.
Yeah, Kit just looks at you and smiles.
There's a bit of like hesitancy, but like she looks at the cat again, looks at the bottle of wine, takes a sip again. So I said that I was from Utreska, but I live there. I came here from there. That's the truth. But I was actually born in Fodil.
Where is that? What do we know about that place? I don't remember anything about that place.
For the document. Hold on. Land
Water.
of the Great Boar. Oh, it's the foresty, like typically, traditionally, Eastern European kind of vibe with roaming green hills, and it's for rich people. Money is.
So Isul hears that and looks just fucking Silverus up and down again, and you just hear this like non-committal like little noise of like, yep, that sounds right.
Squint at Isul. What?
You know,
Kit has absolutely no idea any of these places, so she just looks lost. None of these places existed.
Alter just it takes him a second to like really hear that you are from Fodal because he's looking at the little stuffed toy and turning it over in his hand and like he's kind of like rubbing his thumb against it almost in this kind of not like petting it or stroking it, but it's almost like he's rubbing his finger against it to be like, this is like a real thing somebody made for me. And then he blinks and just goes, you're from Photo?
Yes, I was born there. Though I currently, before the clan, I lived with my parents in Itreska.
Ah, so did you live there long, or was that something you were born there and immediately popped over to Adreska?
Second half of my upbringing, I was in Itreska. First half, I was in Fodal.
That nods, and in the same exact way that Isul just did, he just goes, that does make sense.
Squint at both of you.
I don't know why you're looking at us like that. Your mannerisms make sense when you say it like that, just like we say we come from, what is it again? Z something? Zestra.
Zestra.
We come from Zestra, and you would immediately be like, that makes sense. Because where the fuck else do Ora and Dragoon come from?
Fine. I suppose that's fair. But that is the only correction I want to make.
I will add something. It's only fair. It's quite typical for a lot of Zestran folks to wander and become the traveling mercenary or to look for work elsewhere because there ain't no warrior like a Zestran warrior. Then he does like a little elbow, like a half-hearted elbow pump. And he just goes, I was not raised to be a warrior of any kind. And he shrugs. It's all a mix of self-taught and stuff that I was able to secret away from watching other people's lessons when I was supposed to be doing something else.
You're self-taught.
He shrugs. Again, mostly. My father did not want me to be a warrior, so he did not provide me a tutor, so I had to ignore everything he tried to teach me and sneak away to go find a tutor who did not know that they were also tutoring me. Luckily, there was one close by.
You know, that's pretty impressive, though.
He
Like, super.
Your
he
skills
looks
with the sword are really amazing.
Yeah, like super impressive.
there's a hint of like satisfaction and pride in when you say that and he doesn't blow up like you imagine his ego typically would. His instinct is like, trust me, I appreciate the compliments. I really do. I'm not even half as skilled as he kind of gestures a hand towards Isul. As my sister is just going about her business.
Yeah, like I agree. She's super impressive too. You both are.
Nod.
Isul kind of shakes her head slightly and just kind of like cuts her eyes towards Alter. Just very quiet. Father was blind to your skill. You don't need to downplay it all the time.
This is quite possibly the first time you've seen Alter like shrink. It's not shrinking out of shame or anything. It's like a bit of bashful embarrassment, where he kind of like shies up and starts running his thumbs over the stuffed dragon chocobo. And he like looks away from Isul and just goes, well, I think that father was blind to your skills as well, to be fair. I did try to tell him. And then he looks at the rest of the group and then just... That is a story for a 5th or 6th wine bottle. And he immediately stifles himself.
Never would have guessed you were self-taught. Though I see it now, that I think about it.
He shrugs, then just a teensy bit of the cockiness you would have expected comes out in the form of him like winking.
Rolls her
You
eyes.
say that, and there's the immediate shift from Isul slightly beside, like on the other side. She doesn't stop you from picking on him very often, but there's a look in her eye.
She's not paying attention. Silver's roll eye, takes sip of wine.
And slowly, Isul kind of pokes and prods Saveth until she moves and lays back down on top of Saveth. Very clearly, I am done with this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Is that it? Oh no.
Oh,
What the fuck is what is that for?
Why do you have to do a chaos roll when we hit a relatively peaceful moment?
This isn't a chaos roll. These are
No,
not chaos rolls.
You are not that is now a chaos roll. You nat 20.
No,
it
it's
is
not.
it must be a chaos roll.
It's not a chaos roll. And even if it was, a chaos roll means chaos is low.
Well, fine, then it is an order roll, and now the order is disorder because you maxed out.
No.
You got to do something. That's
are
a 20.
you doing something? Let's put it that
I was
way.
gonna talk.
Sorry.
Before you guys are like, it's a chaos roll. Like, no, it's not. I rolled it. I know what it is. This a nat 20. Okay. Fuck. Alright.
do it, whatever it is, do it.
Yeah, I know. Trying to figure out how to phrase it, how Silvers would phrase it. Okay, so after Silvers makes the comment of, like, okay, yeah, I can see now that you're self-taught. Never would have guessed, but I see it now. Rolls her eyes at his whatever the fuck he did. Takes a sip of wine. Thinks for a moment. And says, You know, if you ever have a free moment, Ulta, could you help me with some of my sword stances? I've been trying to figure something out lately, and I can't get it.
Alter has that sort of has a type of blank look on his face, and he blinks and goes, sure, I would be happy to. It doesn't bother you that I would be teaching you having. I've never taught, or I'm not teaching you, but I've never helped anyone with sword practice. It's usually the other way around.
Like, no, you're not teaching me. No, absolutely not.
Of course.
Of course, no. But I would not say no to having a fresh pair of eyes on this particular thing I'm trying to do.
Of course. That makes sense.
Right. And I think maybe you might know something. I don't know. Maybe it's a lost cause.
I have some. Just enough.
A little bit, maybe.
Just avoiding looking at anybody, looking at the ground, looking at the sky, looking at fucking Oh my god. Sveth. Just looking at the chicken, grimacing. Looking at his Drago chicken.
Don't grimace at the chicken. He is asleep and he is cute.
Mhm. I mean, if you don't think you're up for the challenge, then it's perfectly
No,
fine.
no, of course, I would be more than happy to. I will find time. At some point.
Okay, then you shall find time. Sip wine.
Alter just hands, like, legs crossed, looking in just some random direction, hands on his knee, like, pat, 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 pat. Just drumming out a beat. Casually.
Saveth will stick her head under your hand, trying to get pets.
Obviously, you meant that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
He immediate, like, Alter doesn't just try to get out of it, he's just like, fine, and then just starts patting Saveth.
Pats on the legs means, come here, I have scritches for you.
Yep. You're doing the patting motion. You must mean to do the pats on me.
It's just a medium-sized Drago dog.
What? How big is it now?
Happy little rumbles, essentially. They are, at this point, they would probably be like a good, a large German Shepherd-y size.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Hind legs, they're gonna be taller than Isul, or as tall as Isul.
Yeah, I mean, eventually when it has another growth spurt coming up in a couple
It's
levels,
gonna be
and
taller than
it'll be
Alter.
bigger than Isul at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be
it
it'll be
too,
bigger than
because it's only
Isul,
like-
and then it will on its hind legs be taller than Alter.
It's only like 2 inches taller than Isul's. Kit's a shorty too.
Yeah, there's a
God
reason
damn.
why Isul has now taken to Saveth being like lean up against like bed essentially. Like her shoulders and her head can be
Oh.
propped up against this fucking dragon.
Aw.
Take her on.
And there's a reason why this dragon can backpack all the smaller animals when it wants to.
Mm-hmm.
That is cute.
Very cute. Saveth is the best girl.
I can't wait for Piper to say that she gets to start talking to y'all.
Oh boy.
Because
Alright.
she gets telepathy soon.
Oh boy.
Alter is bonding. He will bond more with Saveth because there is now the chicken.
Common enemy.
Saveth likes the chicken. Saveth thinks the chicken is like, imagine those like videos of like shepherds and Great Danes and shit when they like a kitten is introduced. That is how Saveth is like interacting with Blaze.
Oh, and there is a kitten too.
Yeah, there are 3 kittens.
Ah.
And a small chicken.
That you guys continually forget.
No, I was.
Are they
talking
with
about
us?
it. I was actually gonna talk if at the start of this, if we can ask Piper if we could have the kittens be boarded someplace.
Yeah, because they can't go to the
Yeah.
place.
Like
I was
would
assuming
die.
that they must be
Yeah.
at some sort of like board or someone's watching them at home or something because Alter
Yeah.
was like he would not bring his cat
Exact-
on a trip like this.
exactly same.
A magical creature daycare.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm sure there are some. So we put them at Magical Creature Daycare. That's where
I'm
they
sure,
are right now.
I'm sure, was it Arachne would be willing
Yeah.
to watch them?
Yeah, we can ask her. I'm like, hey, can you babysit? Can you kitty sit for us?
Possibly forever, because we might die.
Yeah, we might.
Don't worry. Tiny Hut to the rescue.
Yay, tiny hut.
Tiny hut. Is that it for RPs?
Unless there's another
I-
pressing question to ask.
don't
I
have
got nothing.
Everybody managed to get something out of the cagey ones, which is an accomplishment. So
Hmm.
and the
Kids,
cagey ones seem to
five.
collectively be done with the conversation.
Yeah, that they've used up every last bit of their social energy, and they're like, okay, I don't want to. I need to go back to being the silent, edgy type.
Yeah.
I've got an image to uphold.
Does Kit or Dia have any questions? Last minute questions. Any last minute questions?
None that
I'm-
she's going to ask now.
Yeah, I've just got
Huh.
something like, well, whatever has led you all here, I'm glad you all are here. This clan wouldn't be the same without you all.
Isul kind of snorts at some amusement, but she keeps it to herself.
Thank you, Dia.
As this, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't
Go
have
ahead.
anything to say. It was just more mannerisms. That's all.
Just gonna just say, just like, thank you, Dia. Thank you for having us, I suppose.
Thank you for staying.
Sip.
Altered nods and gives the little choke a drag a squeeze, and he goes, as weird as it may sound, I am glad you tricked us that day, because heavens knows that I would have also turned Isul around and walked happily out of the bar with her. But
Really?
he shrugs. Of course, you have an image to uphold. And
I have an image.
if I had known his color scheme was this bright, gestures to Dia.
Hmm.
Do you mean the armor was not a fucking clue there, brother?
No, I honestly was expecting the armor to be like magical or maybe enchanted in some way, so that the shine was not just the aesthetic. It must be some kind of incredible enchantment. Lo and behold, it was a disco ball container.
I mean, it might be magic, considering that. Look at Dia's size, look at the armor. How does he walk around in it?
How do you walk around in it?
Considering
that-
there seems to normally be about 6 of you in there at any given time.
It is magical.
How? What does it do?
It moves on my command.
Huh, so I was right.
It is also very convenient storage.
Does it have a charm on it, like a bag of holding or something? Because again, there's storage, but there's also usually multitudes of carbuncle in there. That's mildly concerning.
Usually there are only two. And me. And there's plenty of room for us.
Is there more room on the inside than we can see on the outside?
It's 8 feet tall. Like, there's plenty of room.
I keep forgetting that your armor is that
Right.
fucking huge.
Same. I keep forgetting too.
I need a height chart of armor Dia.
Dia, everyone, including Dia, plus Dia's armor.
And it's funny because that was a side thing and there's actual lore reasons now, so woohoo.
Ooh, hell yeah, let's go. Oh.
Like at what Alter said, Dia's shine dimmed slightly, and he winced a little bit, but doesn't let it mess with him too much.
It's the fair play of the prodding that happens in this clan that you
Yeah.
must get used to.
It's one of those moments where Alter's attempting to be like, yeah, you motherfucker, I can't believe you pulled one over on us, because if I had known, I would have attacked you. But he's trying to be, like,
Tongue-in-cheek
it's
about it.
yeah, he's trying to be tongue-in-cheek about it, but he has a very bad social gauge for, like, what's tongue-in-cheek and what's just kind of mean.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I got this.
And it doesn't help that he's around Isul, which has no care to learn that social gauge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Silvers would see that, and she would sigh, take sip, pass bottle to Alter. You know, Dia, if it makes you feel any better, if you had just asked me as a carbuncle, I might have said yes. I would have at least heard you out.
Alter looks like he looks at Dia to see if Dia gives a reaction to that, aside from glowing.
You would have been one of the first, and I appreciate that.
One of the first.
That is a
Like-
good point. Talking Carbuncle starting a clan would actually be kind of impressive.
Exactly, I probably would have said yes.
I would have had to convince Isul, again, purely because of the color scheme.
Right. No, the color scheme. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just she's so finicky in her tastes and gestures to her.
In her taste, right, of course. That's exactly what it is.
Isul has said exactly nothing and is not reacting to anything any of you are saying, is just focusing on the chocobo on her stomach.
Mm-hmm. So, that's all I have to say on that. Takes wine bottle back, sip.
Alter spent the whole time talking in that moment, didn't actually take a sip from the wine bottle, and then you reach over and grab it, and he's like, oh.
She would hesitate when she grabs it. Just take the sip when I hand it to you.
It's the last sip. Takes it.
She takes it back.
Too late, too late.
Nope, there's a fight over this thing now.
Isul, like, the fight starts. Isul sits up, Saveth scoots further away, she scoots over, lays back down.
How committed is Alter to having the last sip?
Not that committed, because he's
Yeah.
like, you don't know it, and then when you knew it, he's just like, that fine. It's your you
He's
brought
not-
two.
That committed either.
Dia will use Mage Hand to bring the pan of half-drinking wine to whoever does not have the bottle.
I imagine because they both aren't too committed to it, so they're not trying too hard. I imagine both of them still have a hand on the bottle, and it's just that like slight tug of war that's not too heated, not any real strength behind it.
Mm-hmm. Very much a like there's a glare, but not out of like maliciousness.
Yeah, like this is 100% because they want to have had the last sip. They do not actually want to have another sip. Fucking Pan comes over, looks at Pan, looks back at Alter, looks at Pan.
You know you're gonna drink out of that pen now. You have to.
Alter, when you look back at the pan, he just kicks back the wine bottle, drinks the last sip.
You bastard.
Are you going to turn down the clan leader's gift?
It's empty. He wanted the last sip.
No, the pen wine. The pen
Oh,
has
That
wine
Dio,
in it.
that Dio was drinking.
There is still some left in the pan, and he's offering it to whoever doesn't get the last sip.
Oh, I thought he
Yeah.
wanted a refill. I thought he wanted it.
No.
Oh no. You have to drink pen wine.
Go on.
At least it's in a vessel.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought he wanted us to pour the last sip to him.
Nah.
Aw. No, Silvers looks at the pan, glares at Alter.
Drugs. This is an honor in most people's situations.
Is it? Then I would love to bestow the honor on you. Pushes
Oh,
pan towards him.
I'm
No,
absolutely
I had-
trashed at this point, and she just tips over backwards until he is flat on his back on the ground.
You know, funny enough, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh,
In
for
fact,
Pete's
I'll just
sake,
leave
give me
this-
the pen and I'll drink it.
I was gonna say, give it to Kit.
Kit, you have a problem. You're not allowed to have the pan.
I don't have a problem. My problem is listening to you go back and forth on who's going to drink the pan wine.
But you do have a problem.
Yeah, but not like you think.
Isul just
stifles-
like lifts a hand that has like little pink like stuffy in it, and a like cheers kind of gesture to Kit's what Kit said.
Silvers just stifles laugh behind a hand. She's gonna pass the pan over to Kit.
Goes back with pan to go sit on the other side of the fire and just drinks all the pan wine.
I love that you're calling it pan wine because it's just wine, like,
In a bowl, essentially.
yeah.
Yeah, pan wine.
It's funnier this way. They call it pan wine.
It is.
It's like saying it's infected or something.
No, like if I would say tainted wine or that
No.
moist creepy
Cursed
wine
wine.
you got.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
fine. No,
wine in a pan.
in a pan. Yeah.
Pan wine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that is the last of the one that I brought. Oh well. We're going to restock when we get back.
Somehow I figure between the two of you, we're going to find more alcohol somewhere.
I don't drink that much.
I drink often, but not enough to get drunk.
Dia stares at both of you. Like a, uh-huh.
You haven't seen Silver's drunk.
She does
She
drink
drinks-
a lot.
She drinks a lot, but she doesn't
Let me
drink enough to
put
get drunk.
this into context. You guys managed to down 3 bottles of wine primarily between the two of you because only the third bottle got shared with anybody else.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of alcohol.
But also, a lot of it was wasted filling up a giant mug and then dropping it on the floor.
So 2.5.
2.5 being generous. It was
Generous.
probably more than 2.5. So like, you guys drink a lot.
Huh.
You guys have probably got at least a bottle
Alter-
each. At least.
Alter is not going to fight that claim because he is going to lose that battle, and he is just going to be like, fine, I'm just not going to drink.
He's already
For the
had
next
bathroom floor time.
Yeah, like he got plastered. Silver's is not
He-
that plastered yet.
Yeah, this is true. He got plastered, and now he's like, I am going to hit right at my limit and then not go a step past it.
His first, and let me remind everybody, he got plastered his first night with the clan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
So
he got
everybody's,
plastered.
all the rest of you's first impression of him, or one of your first impressions of him, is him passed out on the bathroom floor.
Uh-huh. hmm
He didn't even get plastered like with anyone from the clan. He got plastered with an absolute stranger.
And dragged home.
Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Shrug at that. Drinking a lot, claim. Leans back on hands.
And,
Stuffed kitty time.
and now I think that is a good place to end it. For
Yes.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Ending number 2.
Let's go.